All right. We are live for another great edition of the Sunday night Throwdown. We're here, first one, week one. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Joining me always, we got D in the car, which we hope no law enforcement is watching us.
Only in California, though.
On the side of a mountain, one-handed, trying to set up his phone. And then we've got Rich, probably on his fifth beer after the game in 1 hour.
That might be fifth. I don't remember.
Getting ready for this interesting game that we're going to have tonight, where the line is kind of moved. Definitely, you wanted to be on this game early. At 7, I really like the Rams. At 7.5, I was buying the half point. At 9, I had a bunch of open parlays, and I basically took each one of them both ways. One to the Rams, one to the Bears. One to the Rams, one to the Bears. One to the Rams, one to the Bears. Two to the Rams, one to the Bears.
So you're gonna win money no matter what.
Yes.
How do you do that?
But it needs to make up for this debacle that I had at the 4 o'clock game, and I lost some money on the Patriots. So
it wasn't. I'm glad that I went very light today, because if I would have went as heavy as I normally would have, it would have been a real bad day, because there was a lot of stuff that was not predictable.
Yeah, I mean, I literally told myself I was going to take a double result on the Bengals, and I didn't. Just because jump shot came out and gave the Bengals
that Washington Chargers game, Jacksonville Texans, New Orleans Green Bay, like all these games.
Well, I told you in that Washington Chargers game, I wanted nothing to do with it.
I didn't
Absolutely
either.
Nothing to do with it.
I didn't either, because there were so many people on Washington, and I'm like, I like Washington, but I don't like them enough to take them at a pick here.
And there's a lot that went into that game, though. I mean, Fitz obviously getting hurt changed the whole dynamics of that game. All the props I had on the Redskins basically didn't cash because Fitz got hurt and Heineke started throwing there. I mean, he didn't even throw to McLaurin that much.
Nope.
So he throws to the guys he was playing, which was the backup wide receiver, which is why the third string wide receiver, the fourth string wide receiver got more looks than they normally are going to get. But again, I mean, the other thing is the Chargers have a defense. They have a very good defense. That game was not a shoo-in in any way, shape, or form.
Well, and it was kind of a, the Washington offense was hyped up because of Fitzpatrick, and once he went out, it kind of changes everything, and that's we've talked about it before. The kind of big the big issue with props is one thing that's completely out of your control just can screw you. Fitzpatrick getting injured screws basically every Washington prop.
Yeah, but we've got hours to talk about that. Let's give the people what they want, why they're here. What do we like? What are we going with?
Do we want to make a teaser official tonight? I think we've got one.
Yep.
Call it out. What is it?
I think the teaser is you got to go 7 with the line move, or 6.5, sorry, with the line move, and take the Rams -3 under 52.
Yep, that's what I've got too. Yep, Rams and under on the teaser.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Rams first half. I like that.
All right.
4.5. I'll make that official.
And what props do we like to start off?
First time touchdown. I like was it Mooney?
Darnell Mooney?
Yeah, is he active?
Could be.
He's active, yeah.
Yeah, I like Mooney, and then I like Cup.
As the first touchdown?
Yeah, the first touchdown. But I like Cup anytime touchdown, no matter what.
I mean, I look at the line and I see the way this is kind of gone. I like halftime, full time, Rams. You got that at minus 160, which isn't too bad. If you want to take the Rams first half, we talked about that. I liked it better when it was closer to 3 than it was closer to 4. That is right now. I am on the under 46.5. I do say just straight up that'll be an official play.
Yep.
So, the Rams are going to be essentially, this will be opening their stadium. They're going to be ready to go. What props are we on?
I've got David Montgomery over 3.5 receptions. I think they're going to have a hard time running the ball. I think it's going to be a lot of checkdowns from Dalton. So I like Montgomery over 3.5 receptions, and I also took Higbee over 4.5 receptions, and that's plus 120. 4.5 receptions on Higbee.
Yeah, I took Colt Kmet over 2.5 receptions.
Okay.
Dalton's going to hit his tight end a lot. The tight ends are going to be thrown to a lot. I do think he's going to be under pressure a whole lot this game. I do see a whole lot of runs from Montgomery. I also took
Jimmy
Robinson
Graham
over 65.5 yards. He's the only one
still there.
He's sorry.
Is Jimmy Graham still there?
He I don't remember. I don't believe so.
Okay.
But Cole Kmet is their pick from a couple years ago. It's his turn.
I like Kmet. I was gonna say if Graham is still there, he was usually good for an anytime touchdown.
Yeah. I followed your Higbee. I took Robert Woods over 5.5 as well. That's actually my biggest prop play. Robinson's my second. I'll tail the if you're thinking about it as well, because I was thinking about it as well with the Montgomery catches out of the backfield.
Yeah, I've got 2.5 at like minus 150, but I took 3.5.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm just gonna be cringing all game for backdoor. That's gonna be my cringe. So hold on one second. I'm just making sure I'm set up.
Yeah, my bad. I'm just making sure that I get these props in.
So I'm going to put mine in the chat here. So Montgomery over 3.5 receptions. We like Kmet over 2.5, right, Fox?
Yep.
We like Higbee. Higbee. That doesn't seem right. Can you spell that? Ugh.
This is a game I don't want to hedge. I just don't.
I guess that is right.
I hate this line. Part of me wishes like the Bears can get 3 points first.
And you said you took Woods over how
5.
many? 5.5?
Yeah. We badmouthed Goff, but Goff looked pretty good today.
Yeah, he did. Man, that fucking 49ers, they just they wanted to give me a heart attack. I was watching that game. I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna kill the pregame. I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna lose the teaser.
Yep.
Okay, so teaser was Rams minus 2.5, and under 52.
Is that right? I teased it. I took 6.5 was the teaser, so it's like a
It's
minus
9,
120.
right?
What?
It's 9,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
It
so minus
fluctuates
2.5.
depending upon your book.
Yeah,
It's
minus
fluctuating
2.5
between 9 and
under.
9.5 constantly. Yep.
Fuck, I forgot about the teaser. Damn it.
Yep, I just okay.
So yeah, my official plays are first half minus 4.5, and then I got Mooney and Cup anytime touchdown and first time touchdown.
Yep.
For the half.
Okay, Rams first half minus 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
You said over or under on the
under 46.5. Just that's my straight.
You said Mooney and Cup anytime.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah.
Anytime I take them, but not first.
Oh, I'm taking first. You said that last time. You know what happened?
If you take it first, you definitely don't want to take any of the numbers early because you'll get 100 times better number if they score first.
Okay, so
my new books aren't giving me any anytime touchdowns.
Maybe after the game kicks. So I've got Montgomery receptions, Kmet receptions, Higbee receptions, Woods receptions, and then the teaser, Rams and under. I got Rams first half, Mooney anytime, and Cup anytime. Anything I missed there, you guys?
That's it.
Nope, that's it.
All right.
Oh. All right, so now that we got the plays out there, we can talk about the biggest surprise. And obviously the biggest surprise is how little the Green Bay Packers you watch that game, the body language. Now, one of the things that was big was the guy Jenkins. Now, granted, the one thing we talked about when we were saying, oh, the Saints are going to lose so many games, I was like, as long as Winston doesn't throw it to another team, there's talent on that team. They have a very, very good defense. There's offensive players who were wondering how they were going to move the ball, but obviously they basically played the Carolina offense, throw it to Kamara and let him go. Oh, my girl's on.
But yeah, so look, so it's week 1, and you got to understand. I bet against Winston, this guy threw 30 interceptions in a season, bro. You know, you expect me to do something. They didn't do shit but kick
you
a damn
didn't expect them to show. I mean, I literally watched that game and I watched Rodgers throw it away. Now, granted, he was under duress, but he didn't try to extend the play at all. It looked like he just was like, I'm making sure I don't get hurt, and that's it. Okay, we win. I mean, I kind of watched that game and looked at my Super Bowl ticket and was like, oh, we can throw that in the trash. That future is going. I know it's only one game. I mean, the only question of which is this game is the Bears defense. Can the Bears defense win this game by themselves? Because the Bears offensive line is going to have all kinds of troubles with the Rams front. And I don't know. The points are so high. You get a game that's the points that are that high and the total's that low. You're trying to sit there and fathom what score do they think it's going to be. 28-18 is essentially the score they're looking at.
Right.
So you're also going to have a very fresh play on Mac, but I'm hoping the Rams at home get up early. And the question I have for the Rams is, who's going to run the ball?
Well, you got Damian Williams. He's fresh. He had a whole year off.
I think it's a committee. I think it's a straight. Oh, you're talking about the Bears. Or you're talking about the Rams.
Rams. Henderson's active.
It's Henderson and Michelle, right?
Yeah, Henderson are active. It's Henderson and Michelle. I like Sony Michelle to eventually take over that job, but I don't like them running up against the Bear front.
I don't think either Michelle or Henderson are, guys that are going to be 3-down backs. I think they're going to work. I think they're going to work together. I think they're going to work well in a tandem, but I mean, I don't see either of them carrying the load for a full season.
My worry is the end of the game's out of thing. They throw Justin Fields in, and the Rams don't care, and they give it points. But hopefully this is not preseason, and Fisher plays all the way through this.
I mean, I like to see a good game. I don't want to see a blowout. I mean, I want to win our plays.
I'm a Bear fan, and I would like them to get slaughtered by 30 points.
Okay. Well, okay. I mean, I've got so here's somebody who we didn't talk about, and so I've got Allen Robinson on 2 teams.
We talked about Allen.
Yeah, I've got Allen Robinson on 2 teams, and I have a few guys that I have on multiple teams, and I did a stupid thing where I went around and, kind of mix and match. So I sit a guy and start a guy and sit it. I tried to not start all the same guys just in case,
Yep.
I didn't want to, take a bath on all the same guys. So I ended up with Deebo Samuel on my bench with fucking 45 points. I ended up in one league. I had Tyler Lockett on the bench with 40 some points. So,
I mean, granted, it was the Lions, but they took a cornerback in the top 5 of the draft 2 years ago. You would think he would have been able to cover Deebo Samuel.
Jeff Okudah.
Yep. He went to that school that lost on Saturday.
The Ohio State University.
We're going to be the playing for next year.
Hey, listen. They dropped to number 9. They dropped to number 9. If they don't make the playoffs this year, I'm okay with that. That was Ryan Day's first.
Correct. I mean, you have a freshman quarterback. You can't expect that to just turn around and go, we're going to have. I mean, you're not Alabama. You guys are
we're spoiled. We're spoiled we're spoiled with teams that win so much. Ohio State hasn't lost a game. I don't know if I think I saw a stat that was their first regular season loss under Ryan Day. He's been the coach since 2018.
Yep.
I took 2 years in a row. Herschel when he told me to. I took him.
I was projected to win easily, and then KG pulls out crap out of his hat because he gets negative points from Ronald Jones to start off the week. He gets 35 from Patrick Mahomes. So I'm technically projected to he still has David Montgomery. So I need the Rams to shut down David Montgomery.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because Andrew scored almost double what anybody else scored. He's got 140 or 150 points on me, and I'm like, all right, well, this is over. I don't even need to watch. Yeah, I'm like, I don't even need to watch this.
He scored it, and he only had one guy really get the 30s, Amari Cooper, on Thursday night. All his other guys just
but everybody was everybody was in the 20s or So it's one of those weeks where you look at it and you're like, well, I played the guy that scored the most points, so All
right. So what team did you watch today shocked you the most? I think it's easy.
Probably the Titans.
They're one of the teams, yes. The fact that they came out and gave basically zero offense.
So
zero offense versus an Arizona team where we talked about you had 2 rising players. You lost your best cornerback, and they couldn't move the ball to save their life.
That's the team. That's the game that surprised me the most. Was that because that was the only. To be honest, I bet 2 games, and one was a total. Was the Jets team total? was no big surprise there. It was just a number play. But the Titans was the play that I was most confident about. I took Titans -3, and they were fucking out of that game from like the second or third possession. Like they weren't, Arizona come out and put 21 on them in the first quarter. That was kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, and then the
that
fact
surprised me a lot.
Then the fact you scored 21 points in the third and you guys can't score one other touchdown there. You thought for sure that Tennessee would get a garbage touchdown. But
yeah,
I mean that was absolutely crazy. But you had Chandler Jones basically, who was all he was talking about was trade me in the offseason. Has 5 sacks in his first game.
He's doing the opposite Aaron Rodgers.
The Jets were, but every single week, if they give it a plus money, I'm going to take Zach Wilson over 1.5 touchdowns because he's going to get it in garbage time. If you watch some of the plays he made in the second half, it shows he may have that it factor. He may have that escapability, that ability to make a play when it's not there. Yeah, he threw 1 interception today, which was a costly interception. But at one point in a game that they were completely out of, the score was 16-8, and they had the ball. The Jets are going to be one of those teams are going to win a game that you don't expect, but they're definitely going to be able to put up points, especially when it gets a Michael Buffer is doing the.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Michael Buffer.
We got to remember this is the official open to SoFi building.
Right. This and the stadium in Vegas. I don't think they the Ravens are home tomorrow night, right? They're not in Vegas.
I thought it was in Vegas.
Oh, is it in Vegas? Then I guess that would make sense.
I thought the whole point. Yeah, they're at home. They're at home in Vegas.
So then that'll be the opening for their stadium.
Correct. This is the 2 highlights of the 2 big stadiums.
So then they should have Bruce Buffer do the Vegas one.
It's $1 million each time to say welcome to the opening. Well, SoFi is a very interesting stadium since the whole stadium is essentially built underground. The top of the stadium's at land level, and then you go down into the seats, which would be really great when an earthquake opens up. Mooney with the first catch, not 13 yards.
I started I told you I was like kind of round robining my guys today because I had a lot of the same guys, mixing and matching to make sure I didn't miss out on some guys and
that's not what we want. David Montgomery just busted. He's going to the house.
Goodness. Holy shit. Wow. Hope you enjoy your expensive new building.
The line dropped to 6.5 already.
Wow. How did this even happen? Wow.
The Bears are always one of those teams that everybody's against Dalton, but if Dalton gets protection, he can manage a team.
But Montgomery just blew like right through the line and then just ran away from the secondary and the linebackers.
Montgomery's a good back. A lot of people don't like Montgomery, and they worry about like when they brought in Damon Williams. But Montgomery is a very good back.
Yeah, no, he is.
All right, fine. I got anytime touchdown. Montgomery is plus 333. Because, by the way, this is Montgomery scoring the touchdown, or this is Allen Robinson?
Ant says, give that Browns punter a raise. I say, guy was on the field for one fucking play and fucked up the whole goddamn game.
There was nothing. The ball was going to get blocked.
Well, I don't give a shit what happened. It
3rd
was
and 2.
The punting unit was on the field for one damn game or one damn play.
They made a play. There's no doubt about it.
Well, that was
made
Fields. That was Fields in there on that one. This is weird. So they're going to
they talked about they just like they brought in Trey Lance. They're going to bring in Fields inside the red zone to try to use those legs.
Yeah, wildcat kind of thing.
Yeah. Offensive lineman moved, no call. He gets. Oh, now they call it.
I think they.
If you're the Rams, you'd rather have the play. I can't believe the Browns didn't run off tackle the whole second half. They decided we're just going to punch it between the guard.
The problem was KC held the ball for the entire second half.
Yeah,
they did to the Browns what everybody does to them, which was we can't stop you, so we're gonna have to hold the ball and keep it away from you. That's what they did.
Took what they give. And I mean, everyone says the Tyreek Hill. The Tyreek Hill was a hell of a throw, but he basically just threw it up there. He played 500 and hoped that Tyreek Hill would come back, which most of the time he will because he's got quicker reaction time than everybody else. So A'Shawn Robinson joins over the Rams here from the Detroit Lions. We'll see if he can live up to his top 5 draft status. He didn't do it in Detroit.
New stadium. New stadium, I think, is probably why.
No, Nebraska should be running Anthony Martinez almost on every play. Drop back, run Anthony Martinez. Drop back, run Anthony Martinez.
You've got Sunday night opening a SoFi, and then Monday night opening of the whatever the Vegas stadium is.
Allegiance? No, that's something else, isn't it?
T-Mobile? Is it T-Mobile or something?
Might be T-Mobile. Here comes the pressure, and it's tipped, and it's picked.
Intercepted. Wow.
As a Bear fan, I can't believe I'm rooting against this. People would take my card. But I'm not sure he caught this. Oh, he does get it. He got his hands underneath. If you get your hands underneath, they're going to give you the interception. Then they're going to say Dalton threw an interception. It wasn't Dalton's fault. It's a tip ball.
Allegiant and the Death Star. The black hole.
I think that game's going to be very, very interesting.
The Ravens Raiders game?
Yeah.
I think I saw Josh Jacobs was questionable. I don't know if he's
Josh Jacobs is almost on his way out there. Josh Jacobs is a 2-down back for Oakland all year. That's it. They brought over Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake will turn around, and he's actually looked great in practice because obviously he's trying to make a name for himself. And when Kenyon Drake wants to make a name for himself on a new team, he generally looks really good. When he first came over to Miami from New Orleans, he looked really, really good. When he went over from Miami to Arizona, he looked really, really good. Kenyon Drake is looking very good early on. Is that who we play? I don't even know who we play. Do we actually play Michigan State? We do.
Who?
I will tell you this, and I'll say it the best way I'll say this. Every single Miami game, take the over. Every single Miami game, take the points. There are holes. They can't stop the run. And because they can't stop the run, they have to commit more to the middle. And when they commit more to the run, it opens them up for the pass. You've got guys who can make plays on offense, but they're still young and they're learning. That team's going to get better, but that team's going to give up points like crazy. For the first time ever, they have major issues at special teams. Not from kicking and field goal and punting, but from actually stopping punt returns and kick returns. Guys aren't staying in their lanes. They're playing really selfish football. The fan base is not too great because essentially we made the decision to go with who'd we go with? Can't even remember his name. Our last coach before Manny Diaz, Miami legend. Then he retired. Devery Henderson. And that's going to be trouble with the Bears if they can't stop the run. That's their calling card. That's what allows them to be able to stop the pass because teams know they can't run on them and they don't have to do anything special. If they're going to pick up 6 yards on the first run, he was wide open too. That's a great play by the linebacker to come in and fill that gap. Now if Dalton just lobs that over his head, it's a touchdown. There's Higbee. One
Higbee
catch
number
for
one.
Higbee. Mark Richt. Thanks. Yeah. So Mario Cristobal left year one after Mark Richt. Mario Cristobal was an assistant coach. He went to Miami. He interviewed for the job, and we went with Mark Richt because we said he wasn't ready. Forget Cristobal left. He went somewhere else for a year. Then he took over at Oregon. And he's shown he can not only recruit, he can actually win games. Stafford going deep, going way deep, and he's got wide open.
Whoa.
And he wasn't touched. Van Jefferson, touchdown.
That Van Jefferson, touchdown, yep.
We talked about Van Jefferson. We said this was year 2 in our football preview. We said, watch out. So if the Bears, you get a huge run from David Montgomery. Now, for the question was, did someone roll over and touch him when he was on the ground? By the way, look at this. Play fake. You got 3 guys. He's not going anywhere. I don't know if the guy in the orange doesn't touch him. Jawan Johnson doesn't touch him. Watch Jawan Johnson. That's the key. The 38 doesn't have anything. He leaps for him, but I don't think he touches him.
So I like Matt Stafford. I think we kind of touched on that before. I think he's always kind of been in a real bad situation in Detroit, and I'm glad to see him in a spot where he can actually win games.
Just a timeout real quick because the line just shot to 15.5. It was just 6.5 after the last
You'll
run.
never see that. You'll never see that 6.5 again. That's gone.
Yeah, I took a small.
That was probably
that 6.5.
That 6.5 was probably a gift. You'll never see that line again.
Bears next drive punt.
I would like to see Matt Stafford succeed. I mean,
yeah, but the problem is he's got Band-Aids all over him. So that offensive line's going to have to be really, really good.
He's got a couple years. He probably has a couple years. He's probably had this year, maybe next year, and then it'll be downhill from there.
Yeah.
And it's just because of how much he got beat up in Detroit. I mean, no offense, jump shot. Detroit sucks. Like, nobody's going to fucking win there. It's just a bad situation. They came back today, but I feel like they came back because San Fran basically checked out and was half in the hotel before the fourth quarter. Like, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what happened in the second half of that game, but
you had an onside kick. You had then a really conservative play calling and didn't think, hey, they're going to get the ball back.
Right.
But the one thing we talked about, Goff looked good in that game.
He did.
There's nothing you can say besides the one pick six, but the pick six was he had a man open. He was drilling the ball, and right when he let it go, he got hit. There's nothing you can do about that.
It wasn't Goff. Like, it wasn't Goff, and it wasn't really the Lions' offense that was the issue. It was the defense. The defense was getting cooked by San Fran. And
they can. But San Fran has a chance there. That's like everyone's like, "Oh, San Fran's so good." And I was like, San Fran's one of those teams that's 75% of the way there. 2 years removed from the Super Bowl. Still got questions. The problem with San Fran every year is really simple. San Fran is a walking mash unit. They have like the worst strength department. It's almost worse than the Baltimore Ravens. Every year.
How does Mostert, I think he got hurt putting his fucking pants on. Like, what even happened there? He was hurt before the end of the first quarter.
But if you're Trey, I know you got Trey Sermon. Everyone's like, "Oh, Trey Sermon's going to take over the job anyway because Mostert can't stay healthy." Mostert gets hurt, and Trey Sermon is not around.
None of them could stay healthy. Obviously,
did Trey Sermon get any carry?
He was out today. He wasn't active.
Okay.
Yeah. Sermon wasn't active.
Okay. Probably because of blitz.
He didn't even make it to. Yeah, he didn't even make it to start today.
I finally got anytime touchdown, so I was dropping in some anytime touchdowns.
I didn't know if Sermon was inactive for injury or just inactive because of roster constraints or something. But I mean, fucking Mostert was hurt before the end of the first quarter, which has been the issue with Mostert. I mean, everybody, we all thought that Mostert was going to have this, fantastic day, which he would have if he could stay healthy.
Yep.
All right, D's back. And no, I did not boot D from the stream.
Yeah, you did. Well, I'm not.
We didn't boot D for the stream. He he figured out he probably shouldn't be watching. They can't stop David Montgomery.
No, they can't.
We got live props on him.
I mean, his rushing yards have to have gone over already.
Well, yeah, he's already hit that.
What was his pregame, like 55?
Yeah, I took that.
I mean, he's got to be
7-0.
It's 89.5. I'd take it right now. All right, first live play, David Montgomery live, 89.5.
Yeah, Montgomery's got 55 rushing yards on 2 carries.
Yep. But he's hitting the hole hard. Robinson with his first catch.
See, the problem is that Andy Dalton's beard is just not strong enough. There's not enough power.
Oh, he doesn't have that Fitzpatrick game yet?
No. He needs a stronger beard.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Mm-hmm. There's Cole Kmet, number 1.
They're coming with an inside blitz, and they're going every time. I will say, so far, the Bear offense doesn't look bad, but this is all quick hitter stuff, which is why it doesn't look bad. It's 1, 2, 3, get the ball out of your foot. Hit the back foot, fire the ball. Make a decision quickly.
I am kind of surprised that they put in packages for Justin Fields.
Well, they see what's going on in San Francisco.
Nah, Dalton knows he's not there to be the starter in this team. He's there to get Fields ready, but Fields is not ready to read defenses. That's why you run packages. You run packages where you get him on the rollout, and he's only seeing half the field. And then he needs to read that half the field. When he's done with that half, okay, then we can move on to the next step. Big third down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the beard, Ant, that's the issue. I'm not sure it's his arm. I think he just needs a stronger beard. I think it's probably.
Are we really in a whole conversation over his beard?
I think it's something to do with the center of gravity. She's got some wind resistance. Yeah.
Can Jason Peters hold up versus Donald? And they swing it out. And can he make the man miss? No.
That was Damian Williams, right?
Yep. But they're going for it here, by the way. You're going to see this a lot.
I was going to say, are they going?
Yep.
Good. Go for it. Fuck punting. The Browns kicker was parking cars earlier today, so that's why they were like, "Yeah, we can't be kicking field goals with this guy that parks Stefanski's car on the way in." Oh man, Komet was wide open.
Well, you had a safety blitz that came right through, which no one picked up, and he just tattooed Dalton. Damn it!
Man,
I lose my
Komet
punt
was
bit.
wide open.
I'm trying to look at first half numbers, trying to see what we're having. So far, I don't really like the pace and the tempo of this game. I will tell you that right now from a under perspective. But you can take the David Montgomery if you didn't take it. It's at 93.5. That's only 4 yards more. It's basically saying he's going to get 40 yards. Bears are showing they can stay in this. I mean, maybe not for the score line, but they're going to continue giving him Montgomery.
All I can say is that that type of shit happens. I'm not trying to take anything away from the Browns, but that type of shit needs to be practiced. There's no way you fucking muff a punt. Bro, that's on you. That's not on anybody else.
But it wasn't okay.
He could have thrown it away and made it.
He looked up and there was 3 Kansas City guys ready to say hi.
Well, yeah,
there wasn't much he could do with it. I mean, there wasn't. If he punted, he would have punted into some guy's face.
Right.
And would add like the Pittsburgh one. Like, to me, one of the biggest shocks of the thing was the Pittsburgh Steelers actually won the game today.
Yeah.
They were terrible.
And all that hype about fucking Josh Allen and shit, what happened?
No. I'm never surprised to see the Steelers win a game because they are the luckiest fucking franchise in the history of fucking football.
I thought you would have said my team was. I mean, you got a forced fumble. Your punter can't kick. You know, you remember in the playoffs, he beat you with Chad Henne. You think we'd be lucky, you know?
They have a good.
You've been lucky recently.
Okay, longevity-wise, okay.
We kept on looking. It was 10-0. We said the defense has to make a play. They get a field goal, and the defense makes a play. And I mean, and the defense stood strong because the Bills were inside the 20 multiple times.
Can't even see
and couldn't score. And here's the one thing. It is year 4. So the idea of Josh Allen rolling out and running out of the pocket wasn't anything new. They were really good. But I was surprised the Pittsburgh D is good. And I know the guys hadn't started because none of them played in the preseason. And they looked like trash when the guys who were playing. So, all right. So the Rams start with the ball first.
I wasn't.
I know you're not disappointed. I know you're not upset. I know that you guys, you made mistakes. Yeah, you. Me? I know. I know you're upset a little bit, but I know that you can wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what, we fucking put up with them, and I fucking give it to you. You know, you gave it to us, big time.
I didn't expect the Browns to win that game until they were winning the game by like.
They're winning by 12, and they had the ball.
Right. Like there was a point where I was like, oh man, this is kind of like our game to lose.
The last drive of the second quarter, clock's going out. They were going down the field. They were up by 12. They looked like they were at least going to get 3, which would have been huge. And then they really looked like they were going to get 6 because they were just moving down the field and still had plenty of time. Right. And then it was, you had 3. No, then you don't even have 3. Then you have, oh crap, Kansas City gets the ball first.
Yeah, there was a whole. I mean, the whole thing was it was 22-10, and and KC had the ball at the end of the first half, and I'm like, okay, touchdown here, touchdown at the beginning of the second half. KC got the ball beginning of the second half. Figure they get a touchdown, then they'd be up like 24-22. The fact that didn't happen, I was like, okay, we're in good shape. Like if we can keep them from scoring one of those 2 touchdowns and they couldn't stop the Browns. I mean, the second half adjustments were good for KC. I mean, it was how do we stop the Browns from scoring? Well, we're just going to sit on the ball. Like, we're just going to hold it. We're going to play keep away. The same thing that, teams normally do against them. The Browns can't score if they don't have the ball.
Oh, boy, did he throw that into traffic.
Yeah, he did.
So far, Cooper Kupp's got 2 balls that he's got tattooed right after he caught them. It's like, throw to somebody else. Neither one did I really think he was open. But again, this Bear defense is a good defense. But this is, boom, here we go. We're going to put you in a sandwich.
Right.
It's like, come on, kid. Quarterback. Somebody else had to be open.
The one thing that is extremely encouraging for the Browns is that was probably the toughest game they play all season. That was the toughest game they play all season.
He's going deep.
So,
he went to the wrong guy. Thought he was going to the post.
That's very encouraging. I don't think they're going to go. How many games do they play now? Fucking 18. I don't think they're going to go 17-1 or 16-1. But I mean, I think 12-5 or 13-4 is very realistic. I mean, the fact of the matter is they're a very good team playing a third place schedule.
Yeah,
because they finished third in the division last year, so their schedule is fairly weak.
53-yarder is good.
Got it. Man, I got this dude on a couple of my teams.
They're hanging a 17.5. You almost got to put something down on that just from principle.
17.5. You're gonna lay the 17.5?
No.
You're gonna take it with the Bears. Yeah.
It's an NFL game. I mean, this is backdoor like crazy. I'm not gonna put a lot on it, but I'll put like a quarter unit.
Yeah, no, I would take those points. I mean, the Bears haven't looked bad. They haven't looked bad at all.
Now it's 18.5.
Wow, people are hitting the other side.
But to me, that's okay. What my worry is more is the over. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I know.
How much time we got left?
Are they still? They're not still in the first quarter, are they?
Yeah, they are. 4 minutes. Well, that was the reason I was asked. We're at 10. Yeah. 10.5 is plus 175. It's one thing. Neither team is really waiting around for. Both teams are trying to play slightly up tempo. All right.
What was the pregame? The pregame total was what, 46?
46. Yep. I've got a couple parlays closing at 46.
So you could have teased the over at 40, 39.5.
Yeah.
And
remember, my halftime tease was taking the halftime full time.
Right.
I do love Lamar's rushing prop. I think they're giving you 70.5 when him with no running backs.
You think we see any Latavius Murray tomorrow?
No. Well,
not yet.
I don't think he's been activated.
I think they've got him on.
The issue is, okay, the guys they're going to clearly activate because they've been there longer. Devontae Freeman's been activated. Tyshawn is going to be the starter.
Well, Tyshawn Williams is the starter.
So
I thought they
he
put
is
Murray
on the active roster. He did sign to the active roster, so he didn't go. I could see them sitting Murray or Bell. But to me, Murray's the guy who's already in shape.
Le'Veon Bell and Devontae Freeman are on the practice squad. So neither of them are on the active roster. So it's going to be Tyshawn.
Devontae Freeman is expected to be activated right away.
Okay. Tyshawn and Latavius Murray will be will be the active 53, and then if they activate Freeman too.
Nowadays, you wait one more day to see if you get a COVID roster move, and then you can go do that.
Personally, I think you've got Latavius Murray, who's coming off his best season that he's ever had, and you've got Devontae Freeman, who hasn't had juice in 2 fucking years. You've got Le'Veon Bell, who hasn't been good since 2017.
Yeah, to me, Le'Veon Bell's the guy who sits on the practice squad for okay, we want you to still learn the playbook. I mean, but technically, Le'Veon Bell, Devontae Freeman, and Trent Cannon were all at the same tryout. At the end of that tryout, they only signed one.
I was going to say, isn't Trenton Cannon on the active roster?
Practice squad.
Oh, okay.
I thought. So Bell went to the practice squad, and then when news of the injury was okay, then Bell's going to go to the active roster, and then they're going to go. Then they signed Freeman and Cannon the next day. With that also there. So I mean, they signed like 4 running backs.
Well, I thought that had happened before. I thought that had happened before Gus Edwards got hurt, because when J.K. went out and then Justice Hill went down,
is the Justice Hill move? Justice Hill went down. Right. That made them sign Le'Veon Bell. They were looking for one running back. Then Edwards goes down the next day. Oh boy!
And then they were like, we need. Oh, here's Justin Fields. Yeah. That was a big play right there. They got like a 20-yard reception and like 15 on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, the Bears are living on the other side of the field. I'm really tempted to take the over 26.5 for the first half. I don't see there's nobody's stopping anybody. Big play.
But see, I feel like the Bears aren't. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more. Like 2 out of 3 plays for the Bears are either 1 or 2 yards or negative. But then they hit them with like 1.
Yeah, but they've had every drive across the 50.
Yep. Yeah, they're definitely moving the ball.
They're eventually going to contribute on the points, and if the Rams are going to be able to score like they're scoring, it is. And they're still holding to 17.5. Let's see. That's just terrible.
There's another negative play, right?
That's just. But Fields, watch his shoulders. He completely telegraphed.
That was Dalton.
He telegraphed
that. Was Dalton, I think, right? I thought that one was Dalton.
I'm pretty sure that was Fields.
I'm not sure if they're going to show you here.
I can look online and say who made the pass. Oh, it was Dalton. Gain of -2.
Right.
Okay, whoever is the quarterback completely telegraphed. He flipped his hips right away. It's 3rd and 14.
So this is Dalton.
This is Dalton. Can we make the tackle? They can, but technically it's a long field goal range, possibly, or the Bears are going to go for it again. 4th and 4. So this is the other thing that's not good for an under. The Bears are going to go for it a lot. They feel they have to score points. It's kind of like that Oregon-Ohio State game.
Right.
Besides the Rams, the Bears aren't looking until they put up some points to kick field goals. But they would if they were like in a good chance. But if they're close, they're just going to go for it. This is the second time they've gone for it on 4th down. Pretty sure it's not going to be a David. Well, actually, no, it's 4th and 4. This could be an inside handoff to David Montgomery. The way he's outran the team, I just got to get him the ball. And it's going to be a fumble, and it's going to be another play. This is really good for my Rams defense, by the way.
Well, doesn't really matter. It would have been a turnover on downs anyway.
Yeah, but again, this is what we've talked about. The Bears' offensive line. They got Jason Peters. It would have been great 7 years ago. Now you're getting him at the twilight of his career. Can he hold up a whole year? Let's see how Jason Peters does. Jason Peters looks like he's forgot how to play tackle there. He did not look like he has very nimble feet. Goodbye. Nice lean. All right. So the live line is now 20.5. I think Montgomery caught one ball, didn't he? Didn't they throw one flare pass to him?
I don't think so. I didn't see one.
No, that was Damian Williams. There's Higbee. Big first down. And another 16 yards because you're ripping at the ball. You rip at the ball after the guy makes the tackle. You don't rip at the ball when he's still running. One guy holds and the next guy rips. Come on. Bears, you know how to play this. Oh. I'm going to be all night. I've got my number, just hoping the Bears don't score. That was actually a well-defined play. I mean, Andrew and Mike are talking a screen to the tight end. They let the guy come in. They threw the tight end who was lined up at the fullback and then picked up the pass. It's the same thing the Ravens run. Damn it.
I got a fucking Aaron Rodgers.
You have Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, you know how they're doing the Guardians, right? The Cleveland, baseball team, Guardians, whatever.
Yep.
This is the logo right here. This is the Cleveland Guardians. This is one of the breweries in Cleveland that uses the same logo. So they have the Guardians on the bridge. This is the same logo.
Okay, that's cool.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a brewery that has a really nice logo, right? And then the Indians come out and they just put like some fucking wings on a goddamn baseball with a block G on it instead of a block C, and it looks like some fucking idiot, like 7th grader designed it. Looks like a fucking failed art project or something. There's like two or three companies in Cleveland that do a lot of local artwork and stuff that could make like a way better logo than anything that they've put out. But they probably would have had to pay for it. And it looks like the logo that they're going to use is something that somebody sketched up on a fucking cocktail napkin. So we get a couple catches for Higbee. What else do we get? Montgomery's got 57 rushing yards on 3 carries somehow. We've got 2 catches for Kupp, 1 for Van Jefferson, 1 for Robinson, 1 for Kmet, 2 for Mooney. Marquise Goodwin playing for the Bears, 2 catches.
Yeah, he's 84. He's the one that, he's more added speed. Yeah, to be honest, as still like Miller, and I thought Miller could have a career, but I don't know. It's never materialized, and injuries started to play.
Yeah,
yep.
I think D normally puts out the alert for the show. Things probably got a little sideways during that 4 o'clock game.
Shocks us we have a show tonight. Gotta love Shocks.
International man of mystery.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big run here.
I feel like he's at the tennis games and not done.
Robert Woods. Well, they finally stopped
his number.
handing him his 14,000 screens.
Yeah, Robert Woods used to be 17.
Well, yeah, a lot of people changed their numbers to these single-digit numbers now that they're okay. And this is the issue. There's a big
third and 1.
Fourth down.
Good. Punt.
You're at the 34. They're going to kick another field goal.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I thought they were on the other side of the field.
I mean, to me, I wouldn't be shocked if they go for it here.
Right.
All right, here they go.
So did that get out, or should I just hand it out, or what?
Yeah, go ahead and send it out.
Might as well. Got 5 seconds.
I mean, we're all.
I got my eyes back on the casino. I want to go make some money.
We're all watching the same game here. You doing the online casino?
Hell no. I lost money on that bitch. Hell no, I ain't going back to that shit.
Dude, the online things are never bad. Those things are
wins in the online casino. That's why they're the
biggest scam. You can never go to those things. Those are like they'll let you in, and they're like, oh look, you bet big. Oh look, you lost.
Yeah.
The dealer needed a 9 to beat you. Hey, you got a 9.
Yeah, I swear that fucking that roulette ball, that ball on the roulette table's got a fucking magnet in it.
Yeah, I swear you can have 32 numbers picked, and it'll come out and go, look, 00.
00. Oh, 00, the only number you didn't bet.
I heard some people go, oh, I'll just play red and black. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're going to try to play like blackjack and sit at the table for like 4 hours. Run for it. Just run for it. He got it anyway. Van Jefferson's the man tonight. By the way, his yards were 22. Oh. I really don't know why I didn't just run for it. I know he would have got smacked by Khalil Mack, but Khalil Mack had a tight end right in front of him. He needed 2 yards. Here's 2 yards. Just run to the inside of Khalil Mack. You're going to get hit. Instead, that's a low percentage throw. It's a good throw, but boy, that's times where I watch these guys try to make the throws downfield when they need like 2 yards. Just run for it. Take your 2 yards and go. Oh, good play, but Devery Henderson stays on his feet down to the 2.
Yeah, Rob. People do that, but they also get people that are like donating them money to go more. But they'll get like a sub. Oh shit!
It's Daryl Henderson.
Yo, am I gonna like
Darrell or Daryl?
This under 53?
Daryl, not Devery.
Like 40 by themselves.
I thought it's Devery Henderson.
No, it's Daryl Henderson. Devery Henderson was a wide receiver for the Saints a few years back.
Okay. Damn. Getting old.
I'm also hoping Cole Kmet gets a touchdown because I took a random flyer on that. So I figured he's the only one on the Chicago Bears that'll score.
Shax, you might need to turn up your mic. You're really low.
Well, you know they're not going to throw to Allen Robinson because he's only the best receiver on the fucking team.
Well, you know the Rams have the ball, so they're not. None of those guys aren't getting the touchdown here. I mean, this idea where the Rams think they're going to run it in, it's not going to happen. This is a Tyler.
I hope they just kick a field goal.
This is a Tyler Higbee touchdown.
We got to slow down the scoring some. Unless it's Higbee, and then I'm okay with that because I got him in
fantasy. You can have 2 touchdowns and still end at 24. You're not terrible.
Okay.
Somebody ran the wrong route, or Stafford had the wrong route in his head.
Well, it's, first game, new team.
Yep. Is this going to be Matt Stafford's redemption time because he actually has an offensive line now?
Shocks, you're really, really soft.
And an offense. I can hear him, but I also got headphones in.
I got headphones in too.
Yeah, a lot of people were picking this Rams team to win the NFC.
Well, I told you that was my team for the Super Bowl. Oh, you had Woods. Yep. You had Woods. He just couldn't get his feet together to make that throw.
All right, another field goal.
Another field goal
for my kicker.
And see, I don't like field goals because field goals with a 9 like blows. This is when you're like dominating the game. You have 3 scores. Guess what? The other team's 1 score makes your 3 scores lose the 9. And it's Mecca again.
Fuck. Bro, he was wide open too. Woods.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely under duress. He couldn't get his feet together. Yep. So the Rams got a pickle. They got a fumble recovery. And so far, a shutout. That definitely helps there. For anybody caring, the Mets are actually winning. Yankees are winning 2-1 right now.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Baseball's over till the playoffs.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe it's just me. I apologize, Shocks. You can come back. So let's see what we got. First half play.
No, I was just trying to put.
Oh yeah, we got.
That's what I was doing. So.
We've got that Rams -4 too.
Yep. That's looking good. Montgomery's back down to 84.5, even though his yards went up to 57.5.
That's the weird thing. Like the Bears have basically moved the ball. Like they moved the ball this entire game so far, and have no points.
Yeah. Here's my question: do we take Deshaun Jackson over 34.5? Got 18.
Damn. Really?
Yep. Higbee's got 24. Woods has got 0. What do we got here? David Montgomery's rushing attempts is only 10.5.
I think this drive is going to be very telling here. If the Bears don't get any points, on this drive, then you've got a Rams team that's up 13-0 that could be going up 16.
That's why I was looking at the rushing attempts for the Rams because Sony Michel's at 6 and Devery Henderson's at 12. If they shut him down here or they get another touchdown and get up 20 points, it's going to be nonstop running. Hello.
That's Stafford's wife.
Nice.
Nobody can hear you, Shocks. You're on mute.
Well,
Shocks can't catch a break.
it's probably better that I say that commentary.
Probably better that one was on mute.
Yeah. So Stafford's wife.
Okay.
That's fine. Kick like 7 field goals.
I mean, at some point they're going to abandon the run here and have to go full-on pass.
Not as long as it's still field goals. I mean, technically right now it's still only a 2-score game.
Yeah, you score a touchdown
if they stop scoring.
Yes.
Or if the Bears can't score and LA keeps scoring.
Yeah.
At some
it's going to be funny because if the Bears score, it's going to go from 20.5 to like 6. He's got him. Darnell Mooney.
He's on my bench right now.
Yeah, I had to make a decision between Darnell Mooney and Russell Gage, and guess which one I picked? The wrong fucking one. I don't think Atlanta had the ball the entire fucking game.
What was up?
I don't think they did.
What was up with Atlanta? That was terrible.
Awful. The 32 points. I had over 42, and Philly scores 32, and still don't get there because Atlanta
got 6, right?
Well, it was like Pitts was great on that first drive, and then he did nothing.
Well, I was watching Red Zone, and I'm like, I saw Atlanta right off the bat. They were the first team on Red Zone, and then that was it. And then I didn't see Atlanta the rest of the game, and I'm like, do they just not have the ball like at all? Like, what's going on?
Well, it was stuck at 9-7 for forever.
Yeah, let's talk about the Bills losing today. That was great.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect the Steelers to win that game, but I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not surprised that they won it.
I was actually listening to something. Yeah.
The Steelers always seem to win games that they have no business being in.
What's the mark?
Yeah, it goes back to that saying. It's like the opposite. It's like the Steelers win games that they should win. Or wait, what is it? I'm trying to say, but you know, it's like games that they shouldn't win, they win, and games that they should win, they lose.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, guaranteed, they're gonna have a stinker at some point this year where they're just gonna fucking lose. They'll lose to, I don't know who's on the schedule, but they'll lose to like the Lions or the Texans or the Jags or somebody like that.
I think someone figured something out that just made the line 16.5. Missed him.
There's Damian
I
Williams.
was actually reading something that the first week of NFL, if you take the dogs with the spread, like in general, most of the dogs cover the spread. Like it's been happening, like, and this isn't only 1 year. Like this has been like 20 years of trends. It's literally been the dogs cover pretty much the spread most of the time in the first week.
Well, you don't know anything. You're guessing based on preseason, free agency, and saying this is how they're like. And I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, Chargers covered. Fitzpatrick got hurt. You got to throw that game out.
The books are in the same kind of position that we are. They don't have any information other than what we've seen in preseason, which half these fucking teams didn't play anybody in preseason. Yeah. So a lot of these teams, this was like preseason. This was like week 1, like preseason week 1 for these teams. And it looked very fucking apparent because a lot of these teams that you thought were very good looked not great.
Well, that was it. Yeah. I mean, Cardinals were a dog. They won. Steelers were a dog. They won. Miami was a dog. They won. Who backdoored San Francisco and covered the spread? The dog? Was it Lions?
Right.
Yeah, Lions.
Lions.
Depends on which spread.
Browns covered the spread, the 5.5.
Big stop, but here comes 50-yard line again. Here comes 4th down, going for it for the 3rd time.
Jeez.
One of these times they're going to bring Justin Fields and they're just going to run the ball.
If they could just throw a touchdown on Cole Kmet, I'd be happy.
Saints were a dog and they covered by like 100.
He got there early. He got there early.
Jacksonville, was
Jacksonville was favored.
Jacksonville
was favored. Yep.
Did they finally figure out if they punt the ball inside the 5 that the Rams probably aren't going to drive 90 yards on this defense?
Yeah, that's what happens. If you stop giving the Rams like good field position at the 50-yard line, then maybe you might be able to stop them.
But Hurts really didn't do anything until the last drive of the second quarter, and then in the second half he took over.
Philly was a dog too.
Philly was a dog, but I told you the wrong team was favored. I had no idea why anybody would favor that Atlanta team. You had a team that had no defense, lost Julio Jones, has no real running back, and an aging quarterback who they just can't wait to get rid of.
I mean, the real thing was you just had 2 shitty teams, but that Atlanta team.
I don't think the Eagles are that shitty.
Just not very good.
I think the Eagles are going to be right in there all year.
Now wait a minute. Didn't we have this argument before?
Yes, and we had the conversation.
Washington, that Washington was going to win that division, and I said Philly was going to win it.
I said
and who's in first place?
I told you that was the value. Place? I told you that was the value. You said that was there. The whole pick, I said that was the one team that has value. If you like them, then take them. I think they're going to be in it. I don't think they're going to win it. But I told you all those teams are going to beat the crap out of each other all year.
Well, the Giants just going to get crapped on by everybody.
After watching 1 week, I'm going to tell you right now, Dallas is going to be tough to beat if they stay healthy.
Sure. Yeah. That Dallas team is a lot better than I think a lot of people thought they were going to be.
There were plays on defense. Micah Parsons looks like in a couple more games, he's going to be a solid player. He needs some experience, but he can make some plays. He's going to make mistakes. Offensively, they're going to move the ball. Yep.
Yeah.
And be tough to stop.
Yeah, they're gonna be a tough team to beat, and I mean, a lot of people hate Dallas. They don't like the Cowboys. They don't like Cowboys fans. I don't really have that hatred for them, but I mean they definitely like of the teams in that division, they're probably the most surprising.
They just have so much expectation around them because of their brand or their what am I trying to say?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the part that kind of annoys me. It's all the times like everybody like they put all this expectation on them and they always come out like shit, and I'm like, all right, like why do we keep hyping up the Cowboys every freaking year?
Right.
Put them on a pedestal.
It's the same reason why we have to watch fucking NFC East games half of the season in prime time. Because you've got probably 40 or 50% of the country is a fan of 4 teams.
Right.
Yep.
I can't wait to see that Giants Washington Sunday night game is going to be great.
Well, Higbee gets another
catch
for 2 yards with a blocker in front who didn't do anything. But at least gets another
reception. The receptions.
Yes.
I think I took the yards too.
Oh yeah, Bengals were dogs today. They won outright. Bengals were dogs to the.
Bengals were one of the other shocker. I mean, the fact that Jamar Chase did anything, because all you heard all camp is how crappy he looked. He only had 100 yards today.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
that's a terrible play. Stafford, you got to get rid of the ball.
What are you doing,
70 of his yards came on one play. It was that long reception for a touchdown.
No, it's not. He got sacked at 2.
I mean, I was watching Red Zone for that.
The good coverage, but he had the middle of the field.
So I didn't get to watch a lot of the in-depth stuff for the Vikings-Bengals game, but it seemed like for the most part, it seemed like the Bengals offensive line was at least able to hold up, kind of better than what I thought they would be.
Yeah.
So, but Minnesota's defense was fucking terrible last year. So the expectation is they would be better this year, but I don't know how much better they are. Yeah,
their D looked atrocious. The one thing also you got to look at this already. Looking at this game, there's a large contingency of Bear fans in this stadium. The fact you just had a large cheer for delay of game doesn't help. I just noticed that right down for the first time. I knew this was going to be some crap pass, but it'll be a catch to Woods.
I have the Woods over yards and Cup over yards. I put like $40 down on some like same game parlay of the under the total, under 47. I think it was like Cup over 60, Woods over 50. And then I figured Sony Michel would be one of the go-to backs because if you think about it, they gave up draft picks for Sony Michel. So you'd think that they'd make him a primary back.
I don't even know if he's been in there yet.
I don't think
he hasn't been in yet. But the question was that he had issues picking up the playbook is what the word on that was. He only knew a partial piece of the playbook.
Well, you've got Daryl Henderson, who's been in the system for 3 years now.
Yep.
Right.
Who,
I just figured that when you give up draft picks though for somebody, like that has to have some value to it.
The line in full reverse down to 15.5.
And Sean McVay's playbook is probably fairly complex.
Yeah.
So it's probably not surprising that he hasn't been able to, get fully grasp it yet. I mean, he's only been there a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
Sure.
So, I mean, I would expect him to get more involved, maybe in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I think the Bears get points this drive.
Where are they getting the ball at?
Ball's at the 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you punt it and like put a team back in their own 5 or 10, you put a lot of pressure on them, you see? And then you could get a stop.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have any question why the Bears went for it when they were at the 30. Because they feel like they need to have points. I mean, the odds are – you would thought the Rams are this huge, explosive team, and so far they haven't been that much different than when Goff was there.
I mean, they've been able to move the ball, but also, the fact
they can't
that
run
the
the
Bears
ball.
have been able to hold them to – the Bears have been able to hold them to field goals twice.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big.
Well, that's the biggest thing we talk about in sports. Like you could be dominating football, but if you score field goals, you're eventually going to lose. By the way, Montgomery is now 82.5. That's way too low. They're not going to abandon the run where he doesn't get any carries. Robinson has 5 catches.
Right now?
He's got 61. You're saying, can he get 21 yards?
I mean, he might get that in this half.
Yeah. Higbee's got 25. He's a
Chris Collinsworth was saying that
team leader.
That this was going to be a shoot. That Chicago was going into it looking to do a shootout.
That's what he's saying. He said, yeah, they were ready for it. But you'd have to expect that when you have a high-powered. You're in LA. You're technically away from home on a team that's supposed to there, but you have a good defense. So the fact that you think that the Rams are going to put up 30 or 40, I mean, no. I mean, the line was 28-18. That's what they basically thought the score would be. But the Bears have to score over 20 to win this. All-out blitz misses.
There's Komet.
Another catch.
That's number 2.
There we go, big boy.
We need one more.
Yep, he's got two catches for like 20 yards right now? 18 yards?
Yep. We need one more from Komet, a couple more from Higbee.
Yeah, let's get one more for Komet and make it a touchdown. Then we all win.
The total's 40.5 right now.
For Cole?
No.
No, the total in the game.
The total in the game.
Which is interesting. The Bears put up 7 here. It's 20 points already in the first half.
That seems kind of low. There's a nice run for Montgomery. There's 10 yards.
Yeah, he needs 12 more yards.
Yep.
To cash our first live play of the night.
Yep.
Yeah, I think taking the over right now for the 40 would be good.
Yeah, I would prefer a field goal.
I think the Bears have found their groove, but yeah.
Well, they've had this. The offense has made 1 or 2 plays. It's just like Rich said, and they have negative plays. So it's calling the right play with the right blitz there, because the Rams have definitely been putting on pressure, and then you've had plays like this. But he still made it. He still got 3 or 4.
I was going to say he got some positive yards.
Looked like he was going to get -2.
Yep.
But he does that. That's his claim to fame. He did that at Iowa State. Guys got him. No, he don't. He's strong upper body.
I don't want to hear about Najee Harris. I I watched Najee Harris a little bit today, and I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking Trent Richardson 2.0.
Yeah, it definitely
Like
is.
I seriously hope this guy can't fucking see can see these fucking holes, because like I'm watching it
They
and I'm
sent the
like,
Heat. Didn't get there. Robinson first down.
I'm watching it and
Yeah,
I'm like,
just,
oh my
he just
god,
kept
is he just
running
gonna
into.
smash right into his blockers every fucking time he gets the ball?
He did. That was so bad. I'm
Get
like,
this-
dude, the
I mean-
hole's to your left. Like, why are you running into
All
the
right,
guy?
Peters looked a
back
lot
at
better
this?
there when he was blocking a cornerback than he was a defensive lineman.
Get this kid some film. Get him the film. Get him the film and take the blinders off.
Yeah.
Another run from Montgomery. Another 3 or 4.
Yep, a few more yards.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double down.
Ooh.
Yeah, Najee did not look great, and I've got Najee on 3 of my 4 fantasy teams,
Right.
and I was watching it, and I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this.
All right, I'm doubling down. Montgomery over 97. He's got 77.
Over 90. Yeah, I mean, if they score a touchdown here, they're not gonna.
Yeah, they're not gonna
give
have
up
been.
the run.
If they get any points,
even if they score a field goal, they're only down by 10.
Agreed.
Yeah, they're not going to give up the run.
Please hit Cole Kmet in the end zone. Just do something.
Only thing I would
Must
kill
be
them is
70 on
pick
that.
6.
Well,
I've been
Andy
looking-
Dalton is.
I've been looking for odd bears to catch a touchdown pass.
Well, Andy Dalton has like a bad side to him, so we'll see if that comes out at all. Cause
I look at Andy Dalton. I see the Cincinnati Andy Dalton. I see the one that drove the field and beat the Ravens with Tyler Boyd 3 years ago in the first round of the wild card. I mean, that's what I see.
It seems like a very specific vision.
I don't see the guy who
on
on a clipboard in Dallas and had no offensive line and said, "Hut, here's the turf."
Well, in Cincy too, though, like towards the end of Cincy, he was like trash. That's a Dalton I remember towards his like end in Cincy.
Well, that was an Andy Dalton that needed to change his scenery.
Right.
Those are the kind of guys where you watch them and you're like, you've been here too long. Like you've been here too long. Everything's too familiar.
bored.
You need to go somewhere else, kind of thing.
That's the other one that's interesting. Dalton's passing yards is 100. 100 more than what he has now. Still got the
Yeah, which is interesting because they're going to be playing from behind. So
still got the 2-minute warning. He's got a chance to put on 20 more yards. And then you're basically saying, can your quarterback in the league get 80 yards?
I kind of just my vision of what's happening here. I feel like Chicago's playing for a field goal. They're playing to go in to halftime down 13-3.
yeah.
They've had Fields in there a couple times, Ken. They've got some packages designed for Fields. They're bringing them in and running some.
Wouldn't be shocked if Fields comes in this drive. Except
I mean, if they get in the red zone, maybe they give the RPA option. There's another Allen Robinson right over the middle. Yeah, I mean, I could see them bringing in Fields here.
So that's what, his third catch? Yep. That's a smart play. Now let's bleep. They're going to bleep clock.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to leave any time on the clock for the Rams.
Let's go hit Cole right here.
It'd help if he was on the field.
God damn it, run the ball then.
I mean, they ran the ball here just to run another 30 seconds off the clock. But the Rams called the timeout.
And you lost like 3 yards.
Mets with a 3-run inning take the lead, 4-2.
Mets have been like one of the best come from behind teams this season, man. Them and the Cleveland Indians. I just freaking like when they're down in the 7th or like 6th or 7th inning, I just drop a unit on them and I'm like, do your thing. And the Mets always come back, and the Indians for the most part always come back.
Thanks, Ken. That's she's a terrier mix. Yeah, the Indians not so great the last couple days. They got no hit yesterday. Combined no hitter. That's the third. That's the third time they've been no hit this season. And
after our conversation the other day, I just
he was not ready for the snap.
Like,
Dalton's going to run, and he's not going to get it.
Man,
he's a yard short.
David Montgomery time. David Montgomery touchdown time here.
Or maybe a little drop to Cole. A little tight end slant.
Andy Dalton's like, look, I can run the ball too. Justin Fields.
Get this guy out of here, Justin Fields.
Montgomery, I think he scored.
Touchdown.
He did.
Montgomery
touchdown.
So listen to the crowd. You're in LA. This is supposed to be an opening SoFi. Oh, sorry.
Bears support.
He leaned the ball over.
The total's now over under 42. What? Really?
I have actually no lines right now because they're trying to decide if it's a touchdown.
Looks like it doesn't look like they're reviewing it.
Yep.
That's
why I had this game at 7, not at 9.
It's still over under 42.5. Huh.
Well, because you're only up 20.
I mean, that tells you right there that the Bears, if you can get any live numbers on Montgomery, I mean, they're definitely not going to abandon the run. They're in the game. Right. And I also don't expect the Bears. I don't expect the Bears to keep going. I don't expect the Bears to keep going for 4th downs either. If they've got a chance to kick field goals, I think they kick field goals.
Wow.
But it's like what I said. You scored 3 times, but 2 of yours were field goals. The other team scores once, and all of a sudden it's a brand new game. You're basically getting dominated the whole game. And the aura and the idea you had before that drive was, oh, the Rams easily have this. That's why you're seeing 19.5s, 20.5s, 18.5. And football doesn't work that way. As soon as you kick 1 field goal, if you got to go back and kick another field goal, guess what? Your 3 scores is really only 2 scores.
Well, right. I wanted to say, you can get the Chicago Bears plus 9.5 and over 36.5 total points for the game at plus 165 right now on FanDuel. Bears plus 9.5? I don't think that's that bad.
That was the pregame line.
Yeah.
I mean, but Stafford didn't have a bad game. I mean, obviously the big 75-yard touchdown helped, but he's got 150 yards for the quarter. But then the Bears have kind of tightened up. Now, granted, I wouldn't say it's the greatest play calling on some of these. Robert Woods has got to get more involved. If they're going to shut down Robert Woods, that's a huge loss to the Rams offense.
Right.
Yep. So we do ring, live play. Montgomery over 84.5 yards, cashes. First play of the day. Ring that bell.
20, 14, 34, 34.
We all had the same thought. Walk away all at the same time. It's going to be 3 couches.
It's just 3 couches on the...
Ring that bell. All right. So the Rams will go into halftime 13-7. It's a brand new game.
I should have taken the plus like 20 and a half.
Money, the power company has kicked D money off right now. So
did he didn't pay his power bill?
No, I think they just have a power outage. All the power in the city is going to LA.
To run this stadium. California is transferring all power to LA.
See, D's in the chat. He isn't kicked out. No, I mean, if you're on the -9, you're not loving this right now.
No. But I was
the
saying
Bears are in the game.
when it was plus 20 and a half for the Bears, I mean, probably taking that should have been
I put something on it. I took 18 and a half. I took 20 and a half.
I would take all those, yeah.
I just can't go crazy because I have a limit of what I can do.
No limit.
I have a limit on live bets only.
Yeah, because they don't want you taking all their money from them. Because live betting is like 70% of the money I make is from live betting. Like Kansas City today hitting them, Steelers hitting them live.
Kansas City kind of got lucky.
Yeah.
Steelers, you definitely got lucky. You had a block punt, the touchdown that changed the game. Not something that happens all the time. All right. So the Rams are -4 right now. That would make the line 11.
That's about right. Yeah. Like Rich said, Tomlin's got either rabbit's feet or horseshoes up his ass, and he just pulls those out when he needs them.
I don't like anything. I mean, the only bet I would consider actually probably playing right now would be the money line Bears.
Oh yeah, that's right. We hit the -4. Rams -4.
Yeah, we hit the first half -4 as well. Yes. Yep.
What are the team totals?
The third quarter, let's just say the third quarter total is over 9.5. Do we think that'll hit?
I don't like that.
Well, the question is, so the Rams get the ball first. One of the reasons they did nothing. Do they play it close to the vest, or they say, okay, let's blow this open?
They're just trying to win the game. They're just trying to win the game. They're not trying to cover any spreads.
No, they're not going to cover any spreads, but they liked where they were before. Your turnaround team comes back. Okay, we need to open this back up. They looked like they were being a little conservative first, right? Track. What?
Rams get the ball first?
Rams get the ball first. That's what I was looking at. I'm looking at the Bears plus 205.
For the Bears are plus 600 to win outright?
Yeah, I'm just talking second half.
Oh.
What do we have on Rams third quarter?
Rams third quarter is minus 250. Bears are plus 182. What's
the third quarter spread?
Probably
plus 3.5 for the Bears. It's not bad.
I don't like
it.
Both teams are going to get both teams are going to get a possession. That's the problem.
Well, if you don't think 3.5 a hit for the Bears, then basically what you're saying is that the Rams get a touchdown and Bears kick a field goal and you lose that. Is what happens at 3.5, and then go 10 right there. So
or vice versa,
if you get
where
over
the Rams
9.5,
or the Rams kick a field goal and the Bears score a touchdown, and then
you cover
lose.
the 3.5. No,
If
plus
you take,
3.5.
yeah, if you take the Rams, yeah, right.
But then what you're saying is that the over 9.5 is going to hit because there'd be 2 scores like that.
Well, I guess it comes down to, we kind of discussed this previously. You kind of have to look at which coach do you trust to make better, better halftime adjustments.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not really a Matt Nagy guy personally.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we don't like that guy here.
I don't really care for Matt Nagy so much. So if I had to pick one team, if I had to pick out of Nagy and McVay, who I prefer their second half adjustments, it would be McVay, obviously. My dog is currently chewing a gingerbread man, so she doesn't have a play right now. My dog's betting gingerbread man on the second half.
Oh, is it?
And apparently Aaron Rodgers has a man bun.
What? I don't think I saw that.
He probably don't wear deodorant neither.
No. He's not on those Old Spice commercials. Oh, Drew Brees now doing commentating now? They love doing that. They love grabbing the washed-up QBs. You got Tony Romo. You got Drew Brees now. Drew Brees actually looks younger as a commentator than he did on the football field.
Well, I think he had some type of hair restoration done.
Oh yeah, yeah. He just have a little more hair now.
So you watch Rodgers here. This is just, I just can't get rid of this.
No, Rodgers just, he's still bitter about the offseason. He's like, let me just sabotage this freaking team. Make some shit throws and ruin the record.
Well, that's what I looked at that game. I mean, it didn't look like he cared.
Yeah, you read his body language the whole time. He was just kind of like, I don't want to be here.
Now, I'll say this because my wife's not around. He's had some interesting females in his life. The current one's a little opinionated.
What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why he's probably not wearing deodorant no more.
Yes.
She's kind of hipster-ish.
Yeah.
Because my view on Aaron Rodgers before this year has always been class act, good guy. But his last, he's never a guy who sits there and he's never spoke up about any of this crap. And they drafted Justin Love 2 years ago. He had the same exact thing when they drafted Brett Favre, when they drafted himself.
Yeah.
I mean,
right, but it's different. It's different when it happens to you, especially when you're. I mean, I guess, yeah.
But it took him 2 years before he started. There were 2 whole years he sat the bench.
But if you're looking at it like that, I mean, technically, Brett Favre went Brett Favre went from Green Bay. He went and did well in Minnesota.
Well, they sent him to the Jets first, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he
figured he had to get that stain off his body, and he went to Minnesota. Yeah,
he still had successful years after Green Bay. So I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Like Green Bay is just gonna kind of cut bait on you before you're really ready to go. Before your career is really. I mean, I don't think Rodgers is done by any means. I mean, I would say he's probably got at least 3, 4, maybe 5 years left.
No, I don't think he's done at all. I mean, especially the way you're watching quarterbacks play. Right. There's no way he's done. He can still make the throws. You got to give him a very good offensive line. You can't give him the Bears offensive line and say, okay, let's go. And that was the one thing. Jordan's eating the replacement for Bakatari up all day. I mean, he was in the backfield.
That's right, Ant. He was selling them Wranglers too. He was selling those stone-washed Wranglers.
I can't even keep a straight face. Oh, that's hilarious.
You gotta get them straight-legged Wranglers.
Yeah, the team total for the Rams is 13.5 for the second half. I think that's I could see them getting 2 touchdowns.
I think the problem is that they're I think the problem is they're expecting one of the say the Rams score twice in the second half. If the Rams score 3 times in the second half, chances are 2 of them are touchdowns. If the Rams score twice, chances are 1 of them is a field goal.
Sure.
So, and the Bears get the ball first to start the second half.
Do they? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we said the Bears get it first.
No, the Rams get it first.
Oh.
Montgomery had that first run. We all thought the Bears were going to score, and we were going through, and then they threw the interception in the end zone. And then they hit it back with the Van Jefferson touchdown.
That was so long ago, though.
So,
Derrick Henry, I think you need to be asking where your fucking defense is. That's the problem. Who's got your back? Not your fucking defense, apparently.
So Rob calls me at 4:00. He's like, "Can you look up rushing, receiving, this prop, that prop?" And I was like, "Dude, no. Doing 100 things right now. No. Can you place a bet for me? Yeah, sure, no problem." All right.
It's a bad time to be calling, bud.
I was like, well, I forgot to close. So my book is normally Monday, closes on Monday. So it goes Tuesday to Monday. We switch books. As soon as we switch books, I now have a traditional Monday to Sunday, which meant I had 13 open parlays that I never closed out. So they're all listed as open play with 1 leg left. And then I have what I won this week. So I had literally 26 open parlays with this game at 4:00. And I'm trying to, because I knew there's no way the 4:00 games were going to end. And then I was going to click a bunch of parlays. So I was like, I don't want to have everything in this game. Let me put some stuff at 4:00 and see if I win that on those plays. And I was like, dude, no, I'm not checking to look some random props right now. That's not happening. So anyway, he calls up and he's like, all right, put me down for 2 bills. I want the Giants and the Kansas City money line parlay. I said, there's no way the Giants are winning.
Yeah, I would.
I want the Giants and the Kansas City money line parlay. I said, okay. It was a good bet until you said the Giants. So what does that get me? Oh, it gets you $4. All right, put me down. All right, we know how that went.
Yeah.
That game should have went over. They should have scored 50 points. So
out of 32,
the Broncos threw an interception in the red zone. They fumbled in the red zone. The Giants were inside the 10 4 times and got 0 points.
Out of 32 teams, if you're going to put your money down, I think the Giants would be the last team I would include in that parlay. Taking anything else.
At 4 o'clock, though, what would you took? Miami? No, everybody was on New England. You would have took Green Bay. Okay, you would have lost. You would have lost there. You had to figure out the 4th team. The second team he should have took was the Rams, but it went so high. It wasn't. He was looking for something that was at minus 190. Like I would have took LAFC tonight. I did think the Giants were going to be better today.
When I looked at those 4 o'clock games, I'm like, Denver's going to win this game, and they're going to cover. And I didn't think it was going to be close. And then after the early games were kind of going south, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to bother with this. I'm not even going to bother because, I mean, I think, man,
almost
like
I
think Denver is a significantly improved team. But I still kind of view the Giants and Denver as kind of two just shitty teams.
I don't think they're shitty. I think the Denver's going to be a middle of the road because they still have a good defense and they have weapons. They got to get their weapons to the ball. What happened to Cortland Sutton? He looked like either was on a pitch count or he got pulled. He had 1 catch for 4 yards.
Yeah, I was a fan of Drew Lock. I'm pissed at Denver.
He's had injury. He's had injury issues throughout training camp.
Yeah. Well, this is not a great start for the Rams.
No, sure isn't.
Good thing we didn't touch that.
So at one point I was pissing off because it was like 7-0, and like Judy had 1 catch, Hamler had no receptions, nothing, no targets. I mean, all you're doing is throwing the ball to Noah Fant and TJ and Patrick. Patrick, by the way, is a mismatch. He's going to have tons of red zone touchdowns. Big play.
Yeah.
Robert Woods. Watch how you do the first down, Robert. And then they finally started getting the ball, Jerry Jeudy. I mean, they have so many weapons with Hamler, Jerry Jeudy, Patrick, Fant.
Well, Judy's toast now.
It's going deep. Again, he's wide open. He's standing.
He's got him.
Cooper Kupp touchdown, but there is a flag.
No.
Oh, that would have covered my prop.
Well, we had Kupp anytime.
I guess they think the flag is on the Bears. Roughing the passer.
Oh, roughing the passer.
Penalties decline.
All right, so that cashes the Kupp anytime.
Kupp anytime, nice.
Nice.
What happened here? All right, so let's look. He's in man coverage. He lets him go. There's no safety.
And there's no safety help over top. Yep.
You let him go. Nobody was there to pick him up.
Just throw it. Just don't overthrow me.
Stafford saw it and he's like, "You guys are gonna give me this? You're just gonna give me this and trust that I'm gonna be able to make this throw that I've made 100 fucking times."
So Kupp's got 61 yards. Woods got 25.
Jerry Judy's out for like 6 or 8 weeks. He's got a high ankle sprain. So
he got hurt in that game.
No.
If a player doesn't start, it gets voided, right? Like Sony Michel, anytime touchdown. If he didn't even come into the game, that gets voided usually, right? Your ticket.
I
wonder.
I think
so.
It depends. Usually, yeah.
He has to see the field, but he's going to see the field. I'm going to tell you that right now.
You think so?
Yes, because if the Bears score and they get the ball, it's going to be nonstop carries. And Henderson again is also another guy who's been hurt all preseason. So this is going to be. They're going to split backs. Michelle is dressed. He's sitting on the sidelines. And I don't know if he's coming to the game in special teams at all.
Right.
Because he did play special teams in New England. Total just shot back up to 47.5. But the line didn't really move. It's Bears plus 13.5. Interesting.
Because they think the Rams will probably just keep scoring and the Bears won't.
No, they're thinking
the Bears to punt next drive.
They're thinking the Rams are going to kind of pack it in.
Oh.
How do you pack it in after one play? You had a 3-play drive? All right, guys. Everything we talked about at halftime is still valid because we didn't get to do everything we talked about at halftime.
Well, what's the score right now? 20-7?
20-7, yes.
Okay. And the line is 13?
Yeah. 13.5.
So I mean they're probably expecting one more score
the Bears
from
to
each.
answer.
Yeah, basically one more score from each probably.
Yep.
Basically 3 touchdowns, you would lose the under.
Did Montgomery lose rushing yards? Or is my thing just way off? Oh, Montgomery went backwards.
I've got David Montgomery 79 rushing yards.
Well, the third quarter over 9.5.
Yeah, he had 89, and we were both saying we need 11 more yards to get 100 yards. Yeah. When did he lose 11 yards?
Oh, shit, a Dick Buckus.
How do you lose yards at rushing? So Jason Peters was already hurt after one game. That was the question. How long is he going to last? And that's it. He lasted for a game. Not even a game. The Bears team total is 16.5.
Yeah, Denver's always had shitty QBs. I remember watching, who was it, Jake the Snake Plumber? Okay.
I am shocked at how much Darnell Mooney's getting targeted here.
Are you saying that I should be dropping him from my fantasy team after week 1?
No, he's getting targeted a lot. It's on par with Allen
saying
Robinson.
He's getting a lot. Oh.
Well,
not saying he's doing anything with it, but he's getting targeted more.
This Rams defense is stout though, so they're probably going after that number 2 coverage.
Big stop there. Third down.
Wow.
Come on, catch me my Bears punt. Yeah, that's the one name you haven't heard at all there. As bad as the Bears' offensive line has been, you haven't heard Aaron Donald's name called all the time.
He's on the Bears.
And it's caught again for Allen Robinson. That's his 4th catch. We need 2 more. That's good ball placement, too. There's nothing the Rams guy could have done. Huge lane. Closed in a hurry, but it's another good run. I mean, are they double teaming Aaron Donald? Is that why we're not hearing his name? We've heard Quinn. Montgomery catch. And once again, the Bears, like every other drive, have got over the 50-yard line. It's probably why the line is always... The Bears team total, Rich, if you didn't say it, was 16.5. Oh, get him. Get him. Oh, come on.
That would have been our 3rd reception for Matt.
Yeah, I was looking for the sack. Robinson has 4 catches. 4 catches for almost 0 yards. He's averaging 7.2 yards a catch. And another little swing pass. Damian Williams gets 8 again. Sets up 3rd and short, which also sets up going forward on 4th down. The other thing that's there's almost been no flags, except for stupid plays.
You're actually right. Yeah, there hasn't been many flags at all.
Hasn't been holding calls.
Normally with
hasn't
the
been false starts, offsides.
Yeah, that's not normal for a Bears game.
That's not normal for almost any game, not just a Bears game. I mean, offensive line, you definitely expect a couple holding calls. Play action, putting Dalton on the edge, and it's caught. 1st down, Cole Kmet, cash it.
Yep, that's 3.
Let's go. Ring that bell. Cole Kmet over 2.5 receptions.
Is hurt. Now, if we can get an anytime touchdown from him, it'd make my night.
I might actually try to tab that just to get the it's up to plus 600.
There's a lot of time left.
If they get close, he's definitely a target.
Yeah.
There's just going to be nothing far away.
I have the Rams to win and under 52.5 points as a parlay.
Well, besides the Rams' early touchdown in the 3rd quarter, most of the drives, the Bears' drives have been long.
Yeah.
Clock-eating drives. That's up to you, D. You can always go live from the casino. I don't care.
Go to the sports book. The FanDuel Sportsbook is like 20 minutes from me.
The biggest worry I have is that Michigan State freshman is going to run for like 150 yards for Miami on Saturday.
Miami didn't look too good in their opener.
Well, they didn't look good versus Alabama. They didn't look good versus Appalachian State. They keep getting a couple guys back, but
ESPN was like hyping them up as like they were like, oh, after Alabama they have the next easiest schedule and should go like 11-1 or whatever. And I was like,
Coastal Carolina, who the network was trying to tell you was going to be a dog versus Buffalo, is actually a 10-point favorite. And in the line that I don't get in any way, shape, function, or form is Cincinnati -3 versus Indiana. Indiana got housed by Iowa. Cincinnati's supposedly a top 10 team in the country and trying to make the playoffs. Going into Indiana, that's an auto play.
What's the line?
3.
Cincinnati -3?
Yep, that's a show play. Those are the games they have to show up they know to have any chance.
Right.
And this Cincinnati team is a solid team. You got a kid who's a Heisman Trophy candidate, very experienced team. You got playmakers on the outside, and possibly one of the top 10 defenses in the country. Versus Indiana is not as good as last year. First down again. Who else? Marquise Goodman.
Yeah, I
really
mean,
wonder what this game would be if they didn't tip and intercept that ball in the end zone on the first drive.
Yeah,
we would have been seeing a whole different
swing.
Score. Yep,
that was a big swing. Well, if you remember right, right before, like right when Chicago was driving, you're like, you can get the Rams -6.5 right now.
Yep,
and that was pretty much the end of that. But I mean, the Bears have looked good. You know, I'm not a big Bears backer, but I mean they've looked pretty good. They've been able to move the ball. Defenses looked okay. I mean, you're talking about the Rams, who, you know, many people are picking the Rams to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, they're a Super Bowl pick for a lot of people. So you're talking about the top 3 team in the NFC and the Rams. So I mean, the Bears are holding their own. It's 20-7, but I mean, one play here or there this game could look a lot different.
Damian Williams with a nice run.
Yep. It's so weird seeing a running back with a single digit number. So David Montgomery dislocated something, I think. Yeah, I think he
dislocated his finger. You can pop that back in place.
Yeah, it looks like his finger. He did something to his wrist or something too.
All right, so here comes Justin Fields. Let's see if he can read the defense or he throws it to the Rams. That was a terrible decision. I know that was the play call, but that was a terrible decision. He threw that into a crowd. When you make that Kelsey pass, because that's what that play is, you're trying to make the inside. Here's a little sweep. There you go. RPO.
He's special.
You're supposed to read this guy right here. He didn't. Uh-oh.
Who are they playing, Rob?
Here's the backup to Jason Peters. So now you're going to go to the third string tackle.
Who's Army playing, Rob?
No. What I'm doing with Armies is I'm not taking their thing. I'm taking the overs. They're scoring, but they can't stop anybody either.
Right. Oh, UConn. Fuck. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'll take Army minus 33.
I was gonna say, what's the problem? The problem with taking the over in that game is UConn ain't gonna fucking score. I mean, the total is probably going to be 59 or 63 or something like that.
Not generally for an Army. It's generally 11 points over their total. Because the UConn has been that way all year because they can't score.
I was going to say UConn's not going to score is a problem.
So the total is 51.5. So it's 18 points over.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'll just take Army minus 33. Army first half. Army first quarter. Army off the bus. Will KC special bet.
Yeah, I would prefer Army in that situation.
Army by 3 touchdowns at halftime. Connecticut dropping football in 2022. Damian Williams trying to make too much happen.
They should. They don't need football.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah,
UConn doesn't need football. Yeah, UConn doesn't need football.
Put that money towards basketball.
All right.
Yeah.
4 down territory. This is going to be huge gut wrenching if they don't get any points here.
It'll be good for the under.
Well, the third quarter was 9.5, right? They already went over that.
No, there's only been 7 points.
Oh,
only 7 points.
There's only been
I thought
7
the Rams.
points.
Oh, okay. I thought the Rams had 17.5.
A field goal by Chicago here would.
Right.
I mean,
put it over.
Okay.
I'm looking at the lines now, looking at what's out there. I mean, I'd take the Oklahoma minus 22. They're going to destroy the Nebraska team. I would start off with Alabama minus 15.5. I know they're playing Florida, but Emory Jones can't make right decisions. And Anthony Richardson pulled his hammy at the end. Yes, he might be okay, but he's not running for 80-yard touchdowns. And I don't know. If I had to play this, I'd play Alabama first half. If it's, I'd probably play them up to 7.5.
Temple's getting 17 at home versus Boston College.
And then I'd take Wake Forest minus 6.5 over Florida State.
That's what I like about college football. You find your teams and you pick on them, or you play them.
Oh, what a terrible coverage!
Yeah,
Cole Kmet.
No,
not Cole Kmet.
Oh no, that's Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Grandpa. No. Holy shit!
He's still around.
Diamond King's talking about field goal. They're not even going to attempt a field goal. They're down 13. There's zero chance they would attempt a field goal here.
He took his Jimmy Graham, took his osteobiflex, and now he's on the field. Man, this dude is all over him. Jesus, Ramsey, come on.
Or what is that? Eugenics.
Eugenics.
First and goal. Here comes Justin Fields. Here comes the fumble.
Come on, run it in. Run it in.
There you go. The edge.
Cole Kmet.
There it is.
Cole,
Touchdown,
baby.
Justin
Cole.
Fields.
Freaking Justin.
Touchdown, Justin Fields.
Well, there's the over for the third quarter.
But this is what he's going to be in here to do.
Yep.
Watch Allen Robinson block and tell me if this is legal.
Too easy.
Yeah, that's not.
That Allison Robinson back is a definition of a push in the back. He pushed him right in the middle of 30 and 5.
Yeah.
And that's what springs him right there. It's the block right in the back. The guy had him cut off. He was ready to take him out. And he was like, I was like, where did that guy come from? Oh.
Auburn +7 if you can get it. I think I'm going to bet against Notre Dame every week, just on principle now.
You should.
I don't even care who they're
hate
playing.
that team.
Yep.
They're always overrated every freaking year.
Every year they're overrated. I wish they would have. When I saw they weren't going to cover, I'm like, I hope you fucking lose. I hope you lose. They need to drop their ass. They need to drop their ass out of the top 10 so nobody even fucking talks about them.
Yeah.
As long as
they should get no more, and they should get no more playoff invites at all either.
No more.
As long as Beam is playing.
Yeah, they're an easy win for anybody in that college football playoff.
Oh, all the time. They
they're
always get put in there and they get shat on. They're
an extremely public team. Like,
yep.
Just a crazy public team. I mean, they just like Notre Dame. You know, that's like the Yankees or the Dodgers or any other
or the Lakers
crazy public team. Yeah, Lakers, right? Knicks.
If Beam is playing, I will be on Kansas over 50. Because the kid Beam.
My goodness.
Good.
I wanted to take Washington. I wanted to take Washington this week. They lost week 1.
We're back taking Washington again?
No, wait.
Do you have a brother that works for them or something that we're not aware of?
No.
They're missing players.
I liked Washington preseason. I did not take them week 1 because I didn't. The line was all wonky versus Montana, and then they fucking lost. I'm not really sure how that happened, but they lose to Montana, so that was a good no bet. And then I wanted to take them week 2. They were playing Michigan. A lot of people on Michigan. You were on Michigan. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to bet that game. So I didn't bet that game. Washington, from what I saw, now they didn't look great, but they had.
Second half looked a lot better. It looked like there was a team that could play.
It looked like they belonged there, and then there were a few mistakes.
First half was pathetic.
Yeah, there were a few mistakes where it kind of flipped. It kind of flipped a lot of the momentum. So I could see where Washington, if they played a full game and were competitive, I could see where they would have been in that game. And now
you're going to take him. You need to take him early because right now it's 16.5.
Well, they're playing fucking Arkansas State, which is my other team. Arkansas State is my other.
Yeah, I know. They're playing James Blackman.
Yeah.
Arkansas State.
I will have to.
Florida State transfer.
I'll have to dig a little bit into that. Arkansas State didn't cover that game on Saturday, did they?
Yeah, it was 50 to 55.
Did they cover?
What was the line? Memphis had to be favored more than
6.5. I think it was 6.5.
Then they covered. They lost by 5.
Okay. I mean, they were losing by 2 touchdowns for a good portion of the game.
Speaking of Arkansas,
another big third down. Last time they hit a third down to Woods, and then they hit a 60-yard bomb.
Is Arkansas really that good, or is Texas just that bad from last night when I was watching that game?
Arkansas is really that good, especially for a team that can't stop the run.
Got it. Their program's always been crapped on.
You really can't pass with a lick, but.
Oh man, are the Bears coming in with a full blitz?
Right there. Now? There's Higbee again. Yeah. Big first down. You can't go 3 and out right after the Bears drive down the field.
Is that another catch for Higbee?
It is.
So Stafford looks the best that he's ever looked.
He's always looked good in Detroit. It's just Detroit.
He throws for 300 yards. Marvin Jones, Calvin Johnson, all those guys got stats for a reason. They're wide open again.
Oh my goodness!
Higbee again.
Higbee.
Back-to-back plays for Higbee.
Come on.
That's what we sit there and say. Tyler Higbee.
Oh, we're gonna go over the total.
Ring that bell, ring that bell. Tyler Higbee over 4.5 receptions. And he hit his yards too, by the way.
I was gonna say his yardage hit too.
We're going over the total, aren't we?
It's still yet to be determined.
I was gonna say it's gonna be close.
It's gonna be really close.
Well, 2 touchdowns will get you to 48. So.
Well, but we teased it at 50.
Well, you're talking about with the teaser, but I have 46.5. Is it official? Yes.
I have 52.5 right now, and the under 52.5.
46. I don't know. I mean,
the issue is this is by not a guarantee that they're going to score a touchdown here.
Right.
That's true.
Had plenty of time.
They're up by 6.
It's not a guarantee. The Bears. Both teams are making long, methodical drives, except for the Rams are the only guys who have scored twice on 2 big plays. The big plays are coming from the Rams.
Well, and they're up by 6, so they're in a position here where a field goal puts them up by 2 possessions. So they would definitely kick a field goal.
They would definitely kick the field goal, yes.
Yeah.
Go up by a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's a call up by Cup. Cup shakes. He leans for it. They're going to give it to him. No. Touchdown. Cooper
Cup. Touchdown. Yeah, I think he leaned it over first.
It's going to be a question where his knee and where the stretch is because his knee was close to getting down. This is definitely going to be reviewed. All touchdowns are reviewed.
When he hit the ground, the ball bounced out, but I guess it doesn't matter because he crossed the plane anyway.
That ball was on the inside. Should have been on the outside, too. That's a touchdown. His legs are up.
Yep.
Nope, that's down.
No, he's short.
He's short. The shin is down. The shin counts the same as the knee. So as soon as that goes down, it's done.
He's short like a yard or 2.
First and down from the 1-inch line. It's actually not a bad thing for the under because it means we're going to waste at least another 10, 15 seconds.
Yep. Well, let's hope the Bears get a stuff here.
I was going to say maybe they get a couple stops and we get to the end of this quarter.
Live total is going to go to 51.5. No, you don't.
With 2 more TDs is. This
might be the Sony Michel.
How many catches do we have from Woods? 3?
We got 3.
Is that Sony in there?
No, it's Devery Henderson touchdown.
No, it's Henderson. Darrell Henderson.
Yeah. Darrell Henderson. I'm still thinking of the New Orleans wide receiver. He's forever the guy we drafted.
Shit, fight.
I know who the guy is. He's running back out of Memphis. I actually liked him a couple of years ago, and then never lived up to anything. Couldn't take over the starting job. Back up to Todd Gurley.
I thought he was going to get the gig after Gurley left, and then they drafted Akers, and then Akers was the guy, and then Akers got hurt. And
if you remember that show, I told you Akers was the best back in the draft. I said he was the one guy I would have drafted there. I was hoping the Bears stuck, even though they had Montgomery.
So they're saying David Montgomery just went to the locker room. So I don't know if that was from before or it looked like he dislocated one of his fingers. Normally they just pop that back in, but I don't know if it's more than that.
He's got 5 yards to get our buddy money. 5 yards. All right. Live line, they're not believing it, is 12.5. It did not take the big shoot up. See, I mean, the Bears went through the offense, but again, it was a long, methodical drive. And anytime you can convince a team that the only way they're moving it down is many, many first downs, many, many there, that's just more and more chances of an error, of a sack, of a holding call, of a penalty. Yeah, we definitely do need some more Woods catches.
Yeah, need some yards with him.
Yeah, it's my number one receiver in my one fantasy team. It's kind of funny when he looks up all the other receivers are having a good day. Woods only has 2 catches. Damn.
I mean, this is the first year. This is the first year that we're doing the fantasy league with the Discord people. But for anybody who's in the league who hasn't done fantasy before, or you're not super familiar with it, don't overreact to week 1, please.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of
also,
us are
anybody in the Discord who hasn't paid yet, please pay.
It's hard. It's hard to watch what happens in week 1 and not, react erratically, but it's a long season. Nobody wins or loses the championship in week 1.
I'm not 100% that the under is done yet.
What's that? You're not 100% that what? Oh,
the under is done. One more
40,
touchdown, I'll still.
I mean, one more touchdown we lose.
The 46.
46 is tough.
Yeah, that's gonna.
The question though, because
be tight.
If the Rams get it stop here, you're going to see 3 runs.
Yeah, it's 41 right now. Touchdown is 48.
It's 41. It's 41. You're basically saying that the next
there's no more scores. It's just, there's no more touchdowns.
Yeah, you're basically saying you got one more field goal.
Yeah, and the only team that will take a field goal will be the Rams.
That's true.
Agreed. Jump shot. The offer is a Dorito for Aaron Rodgers. I would wait for a Cheez-It. But actually, my wife's saying that's not an upgrade. So I would wait for at least 3 Doritos.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think a Dorito is a better offer than a Cheez-It. Yeah.
Especially if it's a spicy Dorito.
Oh, Damian Williams caught the ball for 8 yards and then ran back and got 5.
Yeah, that's no David Montgomery on the field. So that's not good.
Oh, we need 4 more yards from him, right?
We need yards from him. We need receptions from him.
Did they give us yards for him for walking to the locker room?
You figure out what the Rams have. Oh, we got a flag finally.
There's another Damian Williams reset.
Did we finally get a holding call?
This is awesome.
Did we finally get a holding call?
I don't know. This is super cool though, because all these receptions that would be going to David Montgomery are going to Damian Williams. It's super cool.
Defense.
KG says Cool Ranch. I don't know. Did you ever have one of those? Did you ever have one of the hot Doritos? whatever the
Okay, that's a
spicy
hands to the face,
salsa
all right.
Doritos. Those
He's
are
also
pretty
being
solid.
held. He's being held.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he got held there. Empty backfield, trips. I don't know. Here's
Oh, it's been tipped.
Yep.
That was to Aaron Robinson, at least.
So all we're waiting on is what Montgomery receptions and like 5 rushing yards, and then Robert Woods receptions. Oh, there's David Montgomery right there. Oh my God, he's back. He's back.
Hit it,
He's
Johnny.
alive.
get off.
He's back.
He's alive.
2nd and 10. Mooney into the backfield. They fake it to Mooney, give it to Montgomery, and he gets his 5. He picks up 8.
Yeah,
There it is.
End of the quarter, he gets 100 yards. He looks quick, too.
Yeah, he does. Montgomery looks good.
I don't think he'll score many touchdowns, but all right, cash it, ring that bell, cash the double dip. There we go. Double dipping, Mr. Montgomery. All right, so we've got a live total of 51.5. We got the Bears on a 3rd and 2 at their own 45. So if they don't get it here, I'm not sure they're going to go for it. That would be suicide. I mean, but I've watched 100 college games, 100 NFL games, thousands of whatever. So I actually think you could run a swing pass to the back on every single play and pick up 3 to 4 yards. It'd be a really boring offense. But you could run that every single play. It's almost impossible to stop. Circle them out of the back, run a slant, cut in the middle, circle them out of the bout, run them into the flat. All right, so Kansas State, you know they lost their quarterback, Yella. That's why they had 4 turnovers and 6 drives in the second half. So I would wait to see if he is actually going to play. Skylar Thompson was knocked out, so he lost last year due to an ankle injury, and he did not play the entire second half versus SIU. So that's probably why the line is so small, because the guy that came in was horrific. It was a shock they won the game. They were up. They were actually up 17. Was it 21-0? That was a weird delay. Good play by Montgomery. He actually gets the first down. Yeah. They were up 21-0, and SIU came back and made it 23-21 at halftime. And it basically came on the heels of a pick 6, a fumble, and another interception. So the guy who comes in absolutely blows. So check to see if Skylar Thompson is playing. Another catch, another play. 9 yards, Daryl Mooney. Once again, I mean, the announcer made the thing. It's 2.1 seconds is 2.2 seconds of a Darnold to get rid of the ball. 2.1. It was the fastest last year. You're not hearing Aaron Donald's name at all. I don't know why the Rams haven't shifted yet and start sitting on these routes because they're all short. They're all 8-9 dig routes. 8-9 yards dig. There's nothing down the field. And they don't. And 4 Rams look like they run into each other and nobody sacks Darnold. I have no idea how Darnold got out of it. Dalton got out of this. It's like, boom, there's one. No. Here we go. It's the first time we can actually hear Aaron Donald's name. Looks like he just took a bad angle after he went right by the guard. And once again, another little over cross. It's Cole Kmet. It's going to get 9 yards. Yeah, the under's dead. Oh, I thought Williams lost the ball. Jamie Williams looks pretty nice too.
Mm-hmm.
D-Money says he lost 100. What, at the casino? You lose power, so you go to the casino? I think this is better than sitting in the dark.
Yes, that sounds like a pretty good idea to me, actually.
Oh!
Almost
gets him. And then he loses more yards because he doesn't get him. That's the big play.
I thought he was going to get away.
Finally, Aaron Donald makes a play. The last 2 plays, he's been so close. Throws Cody Whitehair out of the way. Runs away. Almost gets him. Still doesn't get him. Second and 25. Here comes the little dig route to make it a shorter 3rd down. Is it picked?
No. I get it hit the ground.
41 says no. Are we going to see this? They're down 13. If they try a field goal, they should be shot. Here they come. He got out. He's wide open. Cole Kmet. Can he break a tackle? He does.
Oh, wow.
Sets it up to be 4th and 10.
It was 3rd and 25.
Are they going to go for
it? Back.
Yeah.
I think they have to go for it.
It's a 13-point game. Kicking a field goal makes it 10. Yay, okay.
Yeah, they would still need 2
10 minutes is a lot of time.
Yeah, but
they
10
would still
is
need
2
2
scores.
possessions.
13's 2 scores.
And they would need to stop the Rams.
Twice.
Right. Twice.
Fourth and 15. 8-yard dig route won't work.
Yep.
He's got pressure. He's got a man. And it doesn't work.
Nope.
The under's still alive.
It's good for the under. Now we're going to see a lot of Rams running here.
I hope so.
Not as good. That's Sony Michel
Darryl,
prop.
Devry, a.k.a. Darrell Henderson.
He grew up wanting to be called Devery.
That's right. Darnell Anderson.
Yep. There's Darnell Moody and there's oh. All right, so live line jumps it back up to 13.5. Total over goes to 48.5, which is 2 scores. Team to make the 8th score is the Bears plus 200, the Rams minus 275. I mean, it's not like they're getting great field position. Jump shot talking UFC. What's the Thursday night game? So we'll be live for the Giants versus Washington.
Stop. That's on Thursday?
Yep. Right now, the opening line is Washington -4. What's the deal on Fitzpatrick? You think he plays? You think he's out? Short week, probably out.
I don't particularly care for a quarterback who's 30 plus years old with a hip injury. That doesn't sound great. I mean,
you're gonna go play action and go up top right now? Nope.
No, I mean, I would think this is going to be 3 runs.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 2 runs and then
or it's going to be 2 runs and then
Yep.
Right.
If they don't get the first down.
Yeah.
Are they doing the comparison again? Oh, jeez.
Well, it's just different.
What is that Sunday night?
Chris Collinsworth doesn't want to say because he can't throw.
Is that Sunday Night Football next week?
He's just different. He is different, and he is different. As long as he has time and you don't want to know, oh, big run, first down.
Yep. Tick, tick, tick. Run that clock. I don't know. I'd be interested to see how Baltimore looks tomorrow night.
I think the Raiders are going to look pretty good. I'm interested to see the Raiders.
I think they are too.
It's going to Waller all day.
I think they're going to look a lot better than what people.
Yeah, they think Baltimore's going to come in here and just roll over them, but I don't know how you do. I mean, I have Tyshawn, so I'm interested to see Tyshawn. He's looked good in preseason. He's looked good in practice. The Ravens have been really impressed by him. He's done everything you wanted him to do. Nice 9 yards there by Henderson. I have no idea what 44 is doing except trying to get a penalty.
On?
Whoa!
What are you doing?
Whoa!
And was there a flag? And there is. And 44 is literally Alec Ogletree. Thank you for another 15 yards.
The ref was just like, dude. Sure.
Did he insult your mother? Or what? Something happened. Something had to have happened there.
He almost looked like he had his left foot.
Sometimes they get tangled up in each other and then they don't realize it.
Yeah, but
how do you taunt after a 9.5-yard game?
I don't know that.
Wait, is this against the Rams?
I don't know that taunting is the right call.
No. To me, it should have been unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right.
Because All right. So there's 44 in there, and he's just rolling over him. He might be still holding on to him.
I think he's got a hold of his. I think he's got a hold of him.
Now he's standing. Okay, but it's taunting because he stood over him and he said something to him. It wasn't actually anything probably about football. Probably how great his mother was.
Something to that. Right, something to that effect.
Well, the guy on the ground was still like, I don't know why he was holding on to him.
Yeah, Waller's just like Kelsey. He's going to get 9 catches for 87 yards.
Waller's the number 1 receiver on that team. He's Derek Carr's first read.
But again, for the second training camp in a row, they're really talking about Brian Edwards, and a lot of people think Brian Edwards is going to be a top pick on waivers.
Rich and I used to watch.
He battled injuries. He battled injuries all last season, and I don't think he ever really got off the ground last season. So this will be a true test this year. If he can stay healthy, this should be the year where he should really, start to show what he can do. If he doesn't, if Edwards doesn't show up this year, if he doesn't show anything and he's healthy, then I don't think anybody's going to give him any. Nobody's going to give him anything.
Throw for third down. Instead, it's going to be Stafford gets away from the pass.
Steps up.
Oh, what's the flag?
I think it's a hold.
Is this a hold or is this a late hit?
I think it's a hold, probably.
It's a hold?
Yeah.
Now, if you're the Bears, do you decline it? Make him kick a field goal?
I think you probably decline it, right? Nope, they're going to take it.
He said second down. I thought it was third. Didn't they run the ball twice and not get first downs?
That was third.
Yeah, I thought it was third.
This will be third down again, right? Yeah, 3rd and 13.
Yeah, they screw up though sometimes with that. They did it yesterday during one of the games.
Yeah, it wasn't the screen; it was the ref. It just doing 2-finger. Yeah, we'll write it down. But the only question is, give it to 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13, you give the Rams a chance to pick up.
Yep.
So
right, but what they're doing is they're
trying to push them out of field goal
range. Right.
But as long as they get
technically where they're at,
they're in field goal range. They can have an incomplete pass and still make it, and that's what they know. And they're just going to take a 5-yard pass, maybe more, and it is. It's a first down.
That's a first down.
No.
Cooper Kupp.
That's a first down.
Cooper Kupp. This is the Cooper Kupp we saw 2 years ago.
And there
means he'll last for about 3 more games.
There goes another 2 minutes or so off the clock, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
if they could get this down to 3 or 4, and hopefully they kick a field goal, which I doubt they're probably going to score.
I mean, they don't even care to score. They don't even care to score a touchdown. To be honest, they'll take another 3 minutes off the clock.
They'll take the field goal. This will be 3 runs and a field goal. The only problem is they're getting like 7 or 8 yards in the runs.
That's what I'm trying to say is that Chicago's stopping them.
Yeah,
and there's another flag. This is going to be holding.
We need the Bears to stop them.
It's going to be holding.
The Bears to stop them here.
Push it back. Yep.
Yeah, but the Rams are fine. You just let me waste 10 seconds running the play. All right, we'll run the ball again. We're going to kick a field goal. That was our plan anyway.
Field goal, and then all they have to do is stop Chicago, and we get the under.
I mean, they ran that little swing pass strictly to pick up 5 yards and kick a field goal. That's all that was.
Holding is what, 10 yards? 10-yard penalty for holding?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking if they run this down to about 2 or 3 minutes left in the game and kick a field goal, you're talking 44 points.
The jump shot says it's the sweatiest under ever. Watkins over 3.5 at plus 2.5. Oh, for Sammy? I can see that. They threw it
to somebody. How about we maybe throw the ball a little less and run the clock a little more?
Stafford says this is what I do well. And I'm looking for Robert Woods and not Cooper Kupp. But obviously they'd like something to hear because he's been the target.
This isn't the fucking Lions, right? You guys aren't losing by 100.
Yeah, and you actually
You're
have
not
the
losing
running
by
back.
100. You're winning the game. So why don't we run the fucking ball? Somebody
Sony
talk
Michelle
Stafford.
enters the game just to piss Sean off.
Oh my god! What a
your bet is live.
Well, there goes the action. There goes
Unless
the
he
action
breaks
on
the
that
next
one.
run.
Yeah. All right, fine. There's going to be a touchdown.
What was your prop?
Oh, nope. That's it. He's out. That was it.
Sony Michelle, anytime touchdown.
Well, Sony Michelle just exited the game.
He looked like he was limping in the backfield after that one run.
He just came in to kill my void.
You're tired. Get some water. 3rd and 9. The Bears are going to sit in the house.
FanDuel made a call, and they were like, yo, we're going to have to avoid all these tickets. Like,
Bears are going to sit in the house. They're going to run an inside draw, and he's going to score. No, he gets down to 5. 1st and goal.
What is going on with the Bears defense? Like, can you get a stop? Well, I mean, to be honest, as long as they don't let him in here.
Yep.
Couple more plays and we're going to be at the 2-minute warning.
They're going to run a hurry up with the empty backfield.
Oh,
get an interception. Oh, geez.
Oh, they were
at
throwing
that point,
it to
they're
Higbee.
like, we already wasted an extra 2 minutes that we weren't expecting. Let's try to pile up the score.
Stafford's in the backfield like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm not used to being in this position. Oh, you mean we're not down by 100? We're not down 40-10 with 5 minutes left in the game?
Something's all Stafford. Bleeding the clock doesn't matter, and that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
No.
He had the gap.
Yeah.
He didn't take it.
Guys, listen. Let's
3rd
just
and
take
goal
your
at the
time.
1.
Just take your time. Maybe run a little clock.
Yeah, this time let the clock roll. Like last time, you let the play clock roll after it incomplete. The clock doesn't move.
Chicago is going to be calling those timeouts.
Yeah, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose the under right here on the next play.
Yeah.
Part of me wants them to throw just because there's a chance at an incompletion. Okay, is this Dune a remake of the Dune? Is this an extension of Dune? Is this an extension of Dune 2? Anybody know?
No clue. Never seen Dune.
I got 2 Ted Lassos to watch. I'm behind.
I need to start a new show. I rolled through Clickbait pretty fast. Man, that was a fantastic show. Highly recommend.
Go watch 9 Perfect Strangers.
I don't have Hulu.
9 Perfect Strangers?
Give me something on Amazon Prime or Netflix.
Amazon Prime has like 2 new shows a year.
Okay, well, give me something on Netflix.
Netflix
has something new like every week.
Your wife's already watching All American.
Yeah, no, I don't want to watch that.
Sex Life is interesting, but
I watched that too. That was no good. I didn't like that.
You got the morning show getting ready to come back on for season 2.
There's the Untold series.
Apple TV.
Have you guys watched that? Have you guys watched the Untold series?
What's that on?
What's that?
It's like, I was actually just watching one. It's called Crime and Penalties, and it's about a hockey team that's created by the mafia. It's pretty interesting.
What happened to money? So I watched that, Gerardo. That was on Amazon before. That was on Amazon Prime. I'm pretty sure, unless it's a different show. That was the one where there was the what was it? The family that's only allowed to have one. They were only allowed to have one kid or whatever, and they had like 7 kids, and they all had a different day of the week where they were allowed out of the house or something like that.
Please stop.
Third down. He throws it to him. He's going to get sacked instead. I don't know if he got his feet in.
No.
It's a Robert Woods touchdown, but there is a flag.
No, he was out of the end zone.
He was out of the end zone on that one. He came.
I'm not even sure where the end zone line is.
Yeah, there's like 4 different color lines. Which one is it? Is it the yellow or the blue or the white? This is going to be
on the Rams.
It's on the Bears.
Oh.
So it's an automatic first down no matter what. Well, Robert Woods finally gets a catch. And he kills her on.
Have you watched Invincible?
Invincible is great.
What's Invincible?
It's a adult cartoon. I don't see him ever get the second foot.
Yeah, he did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
no, he doesn't. This
is behind it.
Is the green in?
Yeah, the green's in. I think the white is out. He got them both.
I don't know if the green is in. I think the blue.
I don't think the green's in. I think the green is in.
The green is in. The white, I think, is out.
It wins 7 units. I'm not really that upset. But I could have won 8.
Okay, so that's 47. That's 48. So now we need no more points.
No more points.
Yeah, we need no more points right now.
Yeah, I haven't watched Invincible. I don't know what that is. That you said that's a cartoon?
Yeah, I can't believe the green there is in. That looks weird. The green is an adult bloody cartoon about this kid who's the son of like the greatest superhero. But it starts off in the first episode with all these superheroes getting killed. And you got to find out why. And it's kind of the life of the kid goes through and you find out who's in it. It's actually really, really good. Invincible is good. But have you watched Titans on HBO Max?
No.
Teen Titans?
No, it's just called Titans. It's made into a live.
Teen Titans.
It's made into it's off of that, but it's not. It's made into a live action show. It's actually really pretty good.
Oh, I think Rob is talking about Invincible, the movie about the movie.
He's talking about the Mark Wahlberg is a walk-on, yes, about Vince Papale.
Right. Yep. Invincible.
Yes, but I think if it's Gerardo, me and Gerardo talked Invincible, so that's it's there. Gossip Girl XOXO was actually really good on HBO too. That's a
new Gossip Girl?
Yeah, it's a totally different version of it.
You know what? I think we started watching that, and I did not care for it. Like, I like the old Gossip Girl, and we started watching the new one.
You got to watch this one. It gets a little more crazier because it's on HBO, but it's pretty good. Yella says no watch cartoons. Okay, Yella, do you watch Simpsons, Family Guy? All those are cartoons. If it's done right, it doesn't matter. I watched the What If series. You got Disney Plus? I'm just a kid. Flat out, everyone's told me. I've always said I'm a kid. My wife tells me to grow up all the time. I can't believe we lose the under to Robert Woods. Now, what's the chance Robert Woods is going to get 2 more catches? The only good news is part of me is going Keegan. I was looking like the worst fantasy day ever for a starting wide receiver, and that kind of gives me a little bit of points. Gives me 11 points, so he at least gets the double digits. Yeah, the new Sopranos movie is coming out. I mean, the Marvel pushed back the Eternals to like 4 years ago from now.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were coming out with a Sopranos prequel.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see a lot of movies start to come out since Shang-Chi did so well. The movie theaters are going to start going, oh, we're back. I have no idea why Allen Robinson thinks he wasn't touched. He was literally rolled over by a ram guy.
No, please stop.
Yeah, South Park is. I actually started watching South Park again, like in the last couple weeks, because you can
get them.
You can go on their website. You can go on South Park's website and watch episodes for free. And I didn't know that you could do that, but it's you can't watch specific ones, but you can just watch random episodes. And so like I saw they had like the COVID episode. There had to be a hole there.
The COVID pandemic episode was hilarious.
The COVID special one was hilarious. The vaccination special one was hilarious. Like, there's so many funny. Like, they were playing some of the newer ones that I hadn't seen, and then they played a couple older ones that were, some of my favorites too. Which one?
The one where I don't know if it's Kyle or Cartman. It's either
where they legalize marijuana.
No. So they're ordering drugs from this company, and somehow they switch it, and little Fufu or whatever, it was like a Teletubby, just decided she wants to go solo and go to her Flopsy Foopsy or something, and she wants to go all sexual, and Kyle's like her brother's her manager, and because his drugs got switched in this one company that's in Canada, so like his drugs for anxiety was not the right medication, and he's going like all evil.
Yo, it's 3rd and 9, guys. No, everybody focus on that.
Yes, it's 3rd and 9. We're focused on that. We are focused on that.
Well, I mean, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
We're up 20 points, and we need to cover 9. Unless we're going to pull a San Francisco 49er.
No,
the teaser under needs to be covered.
Yeah,
I do think the teaser under. You're right. Teaser under. I apologize.
Yeah, we need the under 52.
We need the under 52. Should have done the teaser same way on the over.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was would have been.
You would have hit him, but
would have been at 39. Would have been 39, right? It would have been already done.
Again, it was 13-7. You can't say it was over in the second quarter. What was over is maybe you could say when the Rams got the ball and scored in 3 plays.
Come on.
That ball bounced.
Oh my God! How did he get out of that?
It's Justin Fields. No, it's not. It's Dalton. I thought that was Fields.
Dalton.
It's the beard.
The beard, yes, the beard shines the light on the defensive end, and he doesn't know what to do. Oh, that's why I thought it was Fields. No.
Fields sitting on the side, being like, "I should be in here."
Yeah, he's hanging out on the sidelines, like, this is my job. This is my job.
Well, I think he's also hanging on the outside, like, I want to play, but can we wait till we get the starting offensive lineman
and can we?
And
wait
this is not what. And this is not what I'm seeing. Aaron Donald finally gets a sack.
Get him!
We're not playing the toughest, one of the toughest defenses in the league.
That was 4th down, right?
Yeah, that was 4th. That's turnover on downs. That is good news. That is good news right there.
Unless the Rams score running the ball.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be the problem here is if the Bears just don't play defense.
Well, the 20.5 will cash. Mares of Kingstown. Yeah, I haven't got Paramount yet. I actually did look into it, but my wife right now is saying no. I got 6 show there. I mean,
I got Paramount for we watch Big Brother. So
please get him.
Watch Big Brother on like all the networks almost.
What's that?
You watch Big Brother on cable. You can watch Big Brother on.
Well, you can watch it on. You can watch
HBO
it on regular.
Max.
You can watch it on regular TV. On regular CBS. But the problem is you have to actually be You have to be in front of the TV when it's on, and we're not always.
It's on HBO Max. It's on Hulu. It's on.
Well, we don't have any of those.
Okay. I mean, I only have Apple TV, Peacock, Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, HBO, Disney. That's where I wanted to get Paramount Plus, and my wife was like, "No." I think you have enough.
Big Brother's still going.
It's not still going.
Yeah, it is. This is season 23.
Oh, Big Brother. Why am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Big Bang.
Yeah, no, Big Brother, the reality show.
But that just keeps going. Like Survivor's on 800 episodes, and they're back. They're like, it's gonna be brand new. I was like, it's the only way it's gonna be brand new is you've actually gave one side wooden sticks and the other side wooden sticks and said who won.
Survivor's a little different, but
I mean, the problem with Survivor, if you look at what they do in Survivor and you compare it to what they do on MTV, like the challenge,
you're right,
and they're not even in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff they do at the challenge, you're like, were you guys high when you thought that this was going to be okay? Like, how are we going to rig this that this will be a positive thing? We're going to take two guys. We're going to throw them on top of a truck. We're going to let them battle it out to see who pushes them off. And then when they fall, we're going to have the harness. So that kind of catches them.
Wait,
and
guys, are the Rams about to score? Jesus Christ.
No, the Rams got the ball.
Well, they have the ball. They have the ball on like the 25. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, but it was a turnover.
But the Bears only have one timeout, so they're going to take a knee 3 times. It's the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, so
3 knees is what?
I don't even know if they. Yeah, I don't even know if they need to get a first down, do they?
35 seconds a knee and down 20. The Bears shouldn't even spend a timeout. It does not include Paramount.
Yeah, HBO Max doesn't include Paramount.
Paramount has the Serie A games.
Different.
They have the Serie A games, and they've got UEFA Champions League and Europa. Oh crap!
Oh boy,
that's first down, right?
Yeah, and he ran out of bounds. But I thought he was going to get the corner and take it to the house there.
Well, now if they knee it 3 times,
so now they should be able to
120 seconds.
They should be able to knee it out here, right?
They were able to knee it out the last play. The Bears weren't going to call timeout.
Somebody needs to fucking tell McVay that.
The Bears weren't going to call timeout. There it is. Victory formation. There it is.
Now they're going to knee it out.
Victory formation. So let's recap. Go over the shows so we don't have to watch on this. All right. We hit Higbee's receptions. We hit Cooper Kupp's anytime touchdowns. We picked the wrong receiver on receptions. We miss Robert Woods. We hit the Rams first half -4. We hit the halftime full-time. There on the Bears, we hit David Montgomery at 84.5 yards. We hit him again at 97.5 yards. We hit Allen Robinson over 5.5 catches. We hit Cole Kmet over 2.5 receptions. Did we have Daryl Mooney? I couldn't remember. He actually hit it at over 4.5, but I'll have to go back and look. We hit our teaser, which is Rams under 52. Rams -3.5. Not sure why we bought the other half point, but it was at one point a little scary. But other than that, we came through. Hey, look who's joined us for the last 10 seconds.
Team money.
All right. Did we anything else we missed?
David Montgomery receptions did not cash.
Montgomery receptions did not cash. Okay, at plus money. But other than that, that should have been a great day. Should have ended your week on some positive money. And we'll see you on Thursday for Thursday Night Football. Thanks everybody for joining.
Yep.
I'll see you.